a live stream eventually, because like people like streaming like that E3 and all, and like gaming sites and all, I reckon that the companies will crack up and YouTube will just go stop live streaming.
I don't know if they'll stop live streaming because that's like their bread and butter.
That's how they get super chats, and that's a lot of the revenue, so they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are live.
Hey.
Mary is already in the chat. What's up, Mary? We were just looking at a thing that came up before I was about to stream. That was like, hey, Hangouts is going to go away next year or later this year. So hopefully there will be a way to stream still this way. At least it's simple. There are still other ways to stream, of course. Streamlabs and all those other fancy gizmos and gadgets. What's up, Bear Nerd Fun? He's a newer subscriber. What's up, Chef or Chief? Yeah, Chef Carlon Dunlap. What's up, man?
I did share this on the Midnight's Edge group, so hopefully we'll get a few people in here.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I got quite a few new subscribers myself from my boost and from Nerdrotic, and anyone else that's coming in from I don't know where or when. I know I got a few from you, Julie, from before. They usually tell me that. They're like, I'm from Julie. Like, okay. That's good. Yeah, you have good loyal ones too, Julie. That'll just be like, yep, we're from there. She suggested to come over here, so we did. And like,
I know, it's cool. Because I was checking the video to see, like, I hope some of my subscribers actually went over, and then they were like writing like wished upon a vlogs at me or whatever. I was like, yay. They came. They listened.
Yep, it's great. What is up? All right, yeah, we will be doing a Karate Kid Part 3 watch party today, and we're going to give everybody a few minutes to come on in so they can start pressing play and whatnot. If you want to be matched up with us on time, okay, we've accepted the fact that we'll always be off by at least a few seconds. So for anybody in the chat, I am at like 23 seconds in, just past the Columbia Pictures logo, and that is where I'll start when I press play. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. What's up, Stevie J Reviews in there? He's a good up-and-coming YouTuber, good reviewer, nice format. He sounds a little bit British, but it could be something else.
A bit British?
A bit British, eh? I don't know.
What are you on about, Geoff?
I don't know. I get it mixed up with Australian sometimes. I don't know.
Are you a xenophobe?
Yeah. Accents seem to change in at least 4 other ones along in the same sentence. I don't know.
Okay.
Death be gone. I don't know. I don't know if that's a saying or if it's made up words, but okay.
I think you're getting a little bit crazy.
Got a little bit there.
A little bit loony.
Right there. Super Nanny's my favorite television show. No, I don't know.
Super Nanny? Oh my gosh, I used to watch that when I was younger. There was nothing else on TV.
Same here. It's like, oh yeah, I surfed all the channels, and then it's like, oh, I guess I'll watch this. Okay.
Super Nanny's on. Mummy, can I watch it?
Yeah. We also have Tremaine Terrence. What's up, humans? He says, how's everyone? We're doing great. And he said better than my accent, rookie. Oh, that's funny. Yep. Yeah, so if you guys want to introduce yourselves or say something, go ahead, even though I'm pretty sure most people know who both of you are by now. But for old time's sake, Tom, who are you?
Well, I would say ladies first, of course.
Yeah, but she's more popular than you, Aaron. That's good.
Oh!
That's
wanted to let the little guy go.
I'm gonna let Tom and Jerry go first. Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Tom, of course. I'm Tom, of course, from Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. We're here to watch some Karate Kid 3, so hopefully you're here to join us for that. That is the plan. So let's do this. But yeah, you can find me over at any of those channels, of course. The little ones.
Heck yeah, you are quite popular, my friend. A lot more people talk about you these days than normal. What that Mecha Random says in the chat? Do I have to throw my sub count in the mix? Making fun of her typo. But yeah. No. You're good. No, you're good. You don't have to add to do that. You're fine.
Well, yeah. One of our channels is huge. Midnight's Edge After Dark isn't exactly the biggest channel in the world, but yeah.
Yeah, but this is coming from the little 1300 one, so.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just pulling chains. We got Mariah Lisi. I am so bad with names. I'm seeing eyes in different places than normal in the chat in the names. I'm like mispronouncing. Mariah Lisi. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. It says Mary, Stevie, Tremaine, and Terrence. What's up, guys? Hugs. And Mecha Randoms in the chat. Yep. I have typos. Yeah, of course. But I will make fun of typos, Mecha. That is what I do because I make a bunch of them myself, and especially in speech. So there we go. And all right, yeah. So I'm just giving everybody a few minutes. So one more time, we're going to do Karate Kid Part 3 Watch Party. I'm starting at 23 seconds into it. If you guys have it on Amazon, it's like $4 to rent. If you have it on DVD, depending on your region, it's going to be, however long. From where Julie's at, it's, 4 minutes shorter. And where we're at, it's a couple minutes ahead. And for all we know, in in Germany or in Africa, it could be like 130 minutes. Who knows? I don't know. Have either of you ever had like a multi-regional DVD player?
I've never had one of those. Have
Yes,
you?
I do.
Oh, you do? What does it look like, man? Is it like I'm trying to imagine like a gigantic DVD player, but I'm pretty sure.
No, not really. It's just like a regular DVD player. Actually, just about any DVD player you have or Blu-ray player can be turned into multi-region. Just depends on if you want to take it apart. Otherwise, you can buy one for a little bit more than a normal one. They're not that much.
Interesting. I imagined it being like pyramid shaped with like two, like region 1 on the bottom, and then region 2 on the right, and then region 3 on the top.
No, they're all pretty much the same. They're all made the same. All it is a little chip inside that determines what region it is. In fact, your DVD ROM on your computer, you can change it right on your computer itself up to, I think, 3 times before it'll lock itself.
Oh, that's cool. Did not know that.
Yeah, they all run on the same thing. All it is just like a little signal that the code or whatever that the chip sends to the machine to let it know if it can read the disc or not. That's all.
Okay, well, that's cool, man. I will keep that in mind. There is an announcement in the chat. Mary Mayhem is in love with Mecha Random 42. If nobody knew this, it's now fact.
And water's still wet?
Uh-huh. The grass is green, clouds are, white, and sky's blue. Yeah. Put it in the chat real quick. Karate Kid Part 3 Watch Party starting 20 seconds in. And begin in, let's say, 2 minutes. That should be enough time.
How did those two luck out and get out of this?
What, Teresa and them, or what?
No, Mary and Mecca.
I don't know. Did you send Mecca the link?
Well, she doesn't have it.
She doesn't have it. And Mary, I know you're setting up for your stream later today, but if you've seen Karate Kid Part 3 or something, you want to come on in, you're welcome to. But, yeah, if you want to. There's a guy in the chat. God, this is gonna suck when I have to read super chats and if I mispronounce names. It says Blue-Wide Scorpio. Bluid Scorpio. Blue, and then it says Ides Scorpio. I met my regional manager once. Nice, cool. Just reading the guy in the chat. I haven't seen him around before, so I'm trying to pronounce the name. Let me know if I pronounce your name right. Blue Scorpio? Bluid Scorpio? I don't know.
It sounds cool anyway, whatever it is, it sounds cool.
Blue-eyed Scorpio. Okay, I feel dumb.
Blue-eyed Scorpio.
It had an IDES, so I'm like blue-eyed wides. I don't know.
You need to say it in an English accent to make it sound better.
Blue-eyed Scorpio.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds perfect.
Give me some French fries and crumpets. I don't know.
Crumpets, oh my gosh, my cousin lives in England and he always used to make me, I lived there for a while and he always made me crumpets and sugar with a cup of coffee when I went round his house.
Fun fact.
Yeah, it's a fun fact about me going to England and living there for a while.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. All right, everybody, we are going to the guy on Blue-Eyed Scorpio says, you missed the first part of my smart-ass remarks. It's my gamer tag, so I stuck with it for everything. Let me see what he said before. Oh, he said he had a multi-dimensional VHS player. That sounds freaking awesome. Sounds like that would be like 3 times the size of a normal one. Well, I would think. But was there different size VHS players or like VHS tapes, like other than the
Tape?
standard?
Not tapes that I know of. They were always the same size, but VHS players themselves, like some were like chunky and some were like really, really big. Like
I'm trying to imagine like with the GameCube, they had like mini discs. Like if they had mini VHS tapes for VHS, mini VHS.
Well, they did
players.
have mini VHSs, but those were for camcorders. So basically, what VHS meant was the type of tape, because there was tons of different types of videotapes. There was beta, there was what was it, chromatic or something like that, what it was called. There was a couple different versions that were all similarly the same thing, but they're different sizes and, you know, thickness of tape and whatnot. VHS just became the standard because beta was owned by Sony and they didn't want to lend out the patent without it costing a fortune. That's all, really. So VHS just took over. That's all it was. And then they did come up with mini VHS, but all that did was just you put it in a big like adapter thing when you wanted to watch it in a regular VHS. All it was for camcorders. It was the same format.
Okay. That's cool. You have a lot of info on this stuff. That's good.
Well, I grew up around it. Plus, I worked in the video industry. So, yeah.
I'll save that for another time. I seriously think that you, me, Nerdrotic and I were going to get into it on the last stream, but I invited people in so we can change the subject up a little bit. But we were going to talk about the possibility of DVDs lasting or physical media lasting into the future, or how long until, and if there's ways that they can be continued to be made. But I feel like that'd be a whole nother stream on its own. So we'll save that for a different one of these days.
That's a big can of worms. The quick answer is it's on life support right now.
That's probably a good answer, because based on the research I did, there's lots of chances of it surviving like worldwide, and that they'll still produce it worldwide. But you know, its amount and quantity, and really depends on what else comes out in the next 10 years. Maybe they'll help stifle that. Who knows? Could just be crappy movies and media that they don't want to purchase anything. So why would they buy the whole physical thing? So lots of other factors.
Well, excuse me. A quick version before we jump in the movie. Basically, what I'm seeing now is kind of like the same thing I saw when people switched from CD to MP3. Is everybody just threw out their CD collections and they're like, I don't need it anymore. But now everybody's starting to readapt to vinyl, to the point where vinyl is outselling every other version of music. And you walk into a Walmart now and there's vinyl. You walk into a Best Buy and there is no CD section. There's only vinyl. You know what I mean? So it's like your choices things are swapping again. I bet CD will make a comeback. I don't think DVD itself will go anywhere, just because it's kind of like the standard format that there's a lot of places that don't have high-speed internet yet.
Yeah, I the way I called it is just disc in general, like, because that's what movies or music or games will be played on for the most part. So
yeah, I mean 4K is doing okay, but Blu-ray didn't catch on as good as they were hoping, unfortunately. But in a lot of other countries, Blu-ray and DVD are still king. So,
which is good. I do wish that it was more prominent in America, but again, okay, another day. So we're gonna all get ready to press play to start the watch party for Karate Kid Part 3. I don't think there's that many versions of it, so whatever. And depending on the region is probably the only difference. So I'm 20 seconds into my version. You guys can follow along.
Yeah, I'm on Columbia Pictures Presents, so just say when.
Perfect. That's around when I am. And I'll give updates on the time while we play in the chat. I'll just, mention where we are. Feel free to ask, though, or to help anybody else out that comes on in. I'm going to do a little countdown. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Yeah, once again, I literally just watched this right before this stream, which is why we're running later than normal for these. But I was so busy with filming stuff, and yesterday other things came up as well, and just like, okay, so I'm way behind this week on things, but now I'm caught up. And getting hit with like 400 new subscribers like overnight was awesome. So I had to address that.
You're famous now.
Yep, I'm famous. Big time, guys.
Yep. He doesn't have time for us now, Tom. He's so famous.
I know. That's why I'm so little.
Mm-hmm. No, you see, I'll be the kind of guy that's got 1 million subscribers one day and still talk to the guy that has 0. Like, that's where it started. That's where it goes.
Yeah, but you'll just talk to him a wee bit later.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, while we're doing while the movie's recapping the first film right now, give us your overall impression then, Rookie, your first time watching.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, so I literally just finished watching this, and I was hearing before this that a lot of people didn't really like it that much, that he disgraces what was in the last two and forgets all that. But I kind of feel like, no, this whole movie, the half of the movie is building for him to kind of break. So I did enjoy this one, but I would say it ranks as number 3 out of the 3 Karate Kid movies. I'm just going to say I like number 1, then 2, then 3, even though I think 1 and 2 are just almost like they're both equally good in my opinion.
Yeah.
But just one has the originality to it from when it started, and the other one is just because it's a sequel. Honestly, is why I give that the lower point. But because the other one started the thing, I'd give that. So for number 3, there is some stuff that I think is kind of odd, like what's the new bad guy in this one? I thought it was Steven Seagal when they didn't show his
Terry
face.
Silver.
When they didn't show his face, I was like, that's Steven Seagal.
He is very Steven Seagal-ish.
he is like my favorite part of this movie. Oh my god, he is so silly and weird. I'm like, he doesn't fit in this universe practically, but he might as well. He's just
yes, Terry Silver is probably one of the biggest points of contention in this film. Oh, I've got to turn it down before you get a copyright strike.
Oh, yeah, we can just barely hear it, but
yeah,
it's all good.
But the music might hit. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about.
True.
Yeah, this movie did come a couple of years after the second film, which we talked about. The second film started filming right after the first film came out and was an instant hit. So this movie, they took a few years. I know it took a little more convincing for Ralph Macchio to do it. So I think that was the momentum got killed. And then this opened up against some... I mean, this movie came out 30 years ago here in about 2-3 weeks, I think it is. Or maybe it was like even closer to that. But this movie came out around things like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Batman, Dick Tracy, Ghostbusters. Or wait, did Dick Tracy come out in 90? Dick Tracy came out in 90, sorry. But, Batman, Ghostbusters 2, Indiana Jones 3. What else came out this year? 89, there was a buttload of crap. So this just got buried underneath the heap of things. I think by this point, the momentum of Karate Kid had really died down, even though the animated series had just started. I think a lot of people had just kind of like, well, been there, done that. If they had done it a year or two sooner, it'd have been better. I don't know what Julie or you think, but
yeah, I mean, I did really like this one, but I suppose I wouldn't say it's the best one. But yeah, I think there was a lot of movies coming then, which is a pity. But I don't actually think, like, a lot of people thought that it was pretty bad, but I don't know. I mean, yes, it's not as good as the first two, but I still think it's a really fantastic movie. I don't know. Maybe it's...
Yeah, I agree. Here, just 1 sec. I'll be right back. I have to check on some mail here and there. I got to sign something when it comes.
All right, well, while he's doing that, then, I'll just say this about the third film. I don't think it's that bad. Honestly, I think it's a better third film than even, like, Return of the Jedi. And that's a personal opinion.
That movie was just, oh my gosh. It was so bad. Oh.
I mean, I like how it starts out here. I mean, you're probably a little ahead now, but how, like, it starts out kind of from Kreese's point of view. We see how he's just down in the dumps, how, nobody's coming to the dojo anymore. Bills are piling up. The place looks a shambles because he hasn't been keeping it up. I mean, it almost kind of, this movie, believe it or not, has a lot that sets up Cobra Kai and where we're at now with Cobra Kai. There's a lot in this movie, and I have a feeling the longer we get into Cobra Kai, the more and more we're going to dive into these things, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie that I think is going to be relevant, that is already relevant in Cobra Kai. So
yeah, see, that's the thing. I watched one episode, and then I was watching so many other things, and then I didn't get back to it. But I do want to get back to it, especially sort of summer. Now it's the summer, like, I just want to watch. I want to get watching it because I've heard everybody saying good about it. I haven't heard anybody saying it's bad.
Right, and the second season's even better than the first, which is amazing. Great.
Yeah, so, I'm definitely gonna have to watch it.
I mean, it was hard to beat the first season. I couldn't believe it when I watched that second season. I was just floored. Rookie, you back?
Yep, I'm back. All right. Yep, I had to do the signature to sign for the thing. So here we go. Yeah, my mom's phone just stopped working yesterday. Like, she went to bed, it was fine, woke up, and it just wouldn't work at all, even though it was plugged in and everything. So she was like, oh, shit. And it's like, okay, so set the alarm. Nope, you can't, because that's on your phone, and there's no actual other alarm. Flashlight? Nope. Tell somebody? Nope. Anything? Nope. Okay, so I had to get a phone one-day delivery and had somebody has to be here to sign it. So that's what that was.
Sign for it.
Yep, but yeah. So
your favorite name on the dotted line.
Yep, exactly. Well, on their little pad thing. But yeah.
Yep.
Okay, this guy right here. I could have sworn this was Steven Seagal for a sec when they first when they showed him kicked right there. I was like, hey, is that Steven Seagal when he wasn't fat or something? Was my thought.
I'm sure that's what they were commenting on. I'm sure
the way he grunted, like it sounded like total Steven. And then they showed his face. I'm like, okay, no, it's not him. But okay. And his attitude though is just so great. I don't know. It just made me laugh. He's like, I'm evil villain. It's like, oh my god, he better be in that animated series that you said, because he would be perfect.
Actually, the animated series came out just before the third film, so I don't think it really ties into the third film much at all.
Okay,
but my recollection.
But he's such a cartoon in real life. Like, oh my god, he'd be perfect for it.
I'm just interested to see if they're going to interweave him into the third season of Cobra Kai without getting into spoilers, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie that I know is going to have to play out. And some, like I was just telling Julia when you were away, is like there's stuff that already has played out. And like this movie, look at this movie. The first 5 so minutes of the movie so far have all been through Kreese's point of view. We haven't yet to see Daniel or Mr. Miyagi until we get to the airport scene right now, where like she's probably a little ahead of us. But
most likely. When the guy said that he's sending him to Tahiti or something or whatever real quick, I was like, wait, so they're going to go to Tahiti now? And then they're in Los Angeles. And then he's like somewhere else. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? But now I got it.
What's coming up. Yeah. But yeah, that's like this whole little setup. And it's an interesting story. I mean, again, you're right. The Terry Silver character really does feel out of place. And he's a very mustache twisting villain. I'll give you that. And he is probably the one thing that really, really, really stands out in this movie.
It's like he probably is the reason why people either love or hate this film, I think. Like, if he's in it, I hate this guy. Look at him. And other people are like, I love this guy.
I have a confession to make. I like him in it.
Thank you.
As a kid, when this came out, it came out at the perfect time for me, so I didn't care. To me, this was just another Karate Kid movie. I mean, I didn't really think about it until later in life, as far as like whether or not I actually liked it better than the other ones or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I can tell so far is that I feel like this one really does not feel necessary. Like, I feel like first one was good enough, but could have had a little bit of closure, and then they kind of really did that with the second one. And anything else with the story is just kind of unnecessary, but it's there, I guess.
That's probably what a lot of critics were saying at the time, too. I'm willing to bet if you pull up any of the reviews at the time, I don't think this got any good reviews at all.
Really?
Probably not. Not many that were real nice to it anyway.
Yeah.
But like I just said before, this movie here is pretty much single-handedly responsible for Cobra Kai. I mean, a lot of this movie, it's because we got to see things from a little bit more of a point of view. It set up this ongoing rivalry between Cobra Kai and Daniel. There's a lot of points in this movie that have already come up in the second season and we know will have to come up eventually. Things like I keep pointing out, like the fact that Terry Silver owns the Cobra Kai name and stuff like that. So, I mean, there was even rumors that the bad boy of karate himself was supposed to make an appearance at some point. Mike Barnes was the other kid in this movie, the other karate kid.
I'm kind of disappointed that what's his face from the first one.
Who was actually a karate champion at the time, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the other guy didn't make any appearance in the first one. The other Johnny. They said Johnny a few times in here, but they're referring to like the coach. But was his name Johnny too? Like two Johnnies?
They're both named John. Yeah, it's John Kreese and then Johnny.
it confused the hell out of
It
me
is a
again.
little confusing.
I'm like, what? And then there's something. Oh, Johnny hit. I'm like, no, Daniel's son. What the? God damn it! Who are you talking about?
That's why we usually refer to John Kreese as just Kreese.
Okay.
Because honestly, I'm not even sure if they gave him the name John until this movie. I'll be honest. I mean, his name probably always was John, but I don't know if they ever said it on screen until this
They're
movie.
probably like, there's a Johnny in that first film, right? Oh, well, let's just make it this guy. Okay. I don't know.
Whereabouts are you? Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, whereabouts are you on the DVD or the whatever you're watching it on?
He's talking to his mom. He just finished talking to her. I'm at 11 minutes and 52 seconds in my version. They're just about to go to he's just leaving the shop with him, and they're about to go back in a sec to get the last thingy for his tree.
Yeah, I'm where Miyagi is standing beside his wee tree.
Yeah, I'm just a few seconds behind that. Which is fine.
His bonsai.
Bonsai. Tom, give us some impression of Miyagi.
Oh, yeah.
For audience.
Bonsai. Not bonsai. Bonsai. Very important.
That's great. By the way, when you voice my tomato character, you can use whatever accent you want. You can use whatever old, you're just he's supposed to be a
that would be so cool.
He's a seasoned tomato that has survived lots of chaos and witnessed it. So I never before I would voice him, but now he's older, so I don't care what happens to his accent. So it's like, okay. You can choose whatever you want, or you just,
That would be brilliant, Mr. Tomato Miyagi.
Yep, Tomato Miyagi. Yeah, for more clarity, he pretty much talks to only one other tomato called Timmy Doe. First name Timmy, last name Doe, and that's like his apprentice kind of. But we don't really.
Are you
see
hinting here that you want to Pat Morita voiceover? Is that what you're?
I don't want you to do a straight up copy, but have a little bit of your own with it. But if you wanted to speak in that type of tone, you could or if you wanted to do two takes, if you want, whatever you feel like doing, whatever's fun for you. Just I'm pretty sure you'll have fun with that. And I'll actually.
I was going to send you a few choices.
I'll actually email you now before I forget, because I have to email so many people stuff because the whole video is an hour
it's just
long.
so much easier for me to find. It's just so much easier for me to find than dig through the messages, Oh,
that's totally fine. A lot of people were saying
that way I don't miss a line or something.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, do it on Twitter," but I'm like, "Nah," but people get piled up on Twitter. Who emails you? It's like I don't know.
No, I'm better if you want me to see something or at least remember to do something or find it easier. It's always better to email me because then I can just type your name in the email and find it.
Yeah, and for me, personally, it's that's where more important stuff goes. As to where Twitter is sometimes it's
right.
important.
That's just chit chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Looks like money. Smells like money. Good money. Ah, that's college education.
Are you outside in the DVD?
Now go ahead, Tom.
Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't hear what she said.
No, she's asking where we are.
We're where they're packing up still just before they're leaving the apartment building.
Yes. Is my voice cutting in and out now and again with my headphones? Because sometimes it was
earlier for a bit, but
I didn't know if it was me or her. Yeah, because my kids are probably home using the internet, so I just didn't know if it was my internet acting up. Sorry.
It did break up slightly, but it was enough to where we could still piece what you were saying, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
So
does it happened a lot?
It just kind of happened right there as you spoke, actually. But,
right. I made the bad luck.
But I understood you enough to get what you said, so.
Oh, okay.
That's good. So I shall send this to Mr. Tamagi's, email.
Mr. Tamagi.
Or should email. Email. They don't say. Yeah.
And this movie also gets back to Daniel's aggressive side as well.
Well, that's what I kind of liked about it, because people were saying that he turns like back on everything he learned. But I'm like, no. He says no. Fuck. Ah! All right, God damn it. Like, just like total pushed him over perfectly.
Well, right, because they had to not only give him the reason, but they had to give Miyagi the reason.
Oh yeah, I do like. I like too. They do kind of show him as a Mary Sue in a way. Like as far as like nobody can ever beat him, Miyagi. It's like no one beat Miyagi.
Oh no, you can't.
But it's like what actor would want to punch him or want to look like they punched him?
Well, I remember earlier in this whole watch party thing when you said you wanted to see him kick the shit out of Kreese.
Yeah,
you get your wish in this movie.
That something happens. I'm like, what? Okay. That's good.
He pushed Miyagi too far.
Oh my gosh, the phones back then. I hope I'm in the right place, but the size of the phones.
Pretty close. He was just on the phone, yeah. He's just getting dressed now and getting ready to leave.
Oh my goodness, I'm behind you now. This is so funny.
No, that's great. Stay where you're at because we'll catch up.
Yeah, before we'd keep on like trying to make it so we sync, but that'll never happen with the minutes being off.
Yes,
so it's actually fine letting it play as it is, I think.
Yeah, just like I wouldn't worry about pausing it, but every once in a while maybe to catch up, and then as long as you're just ahead of us or whatever, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Just behind us.
Blue-eyed Scorpio in the chat says, "I feel like the pity party invite to a gathering. Nobody really cares what I have to say. I have a crush on the Irish chick, but she's invested her attention elsewhere. Sad times. It's okay. I'm not offended." He says, "Oh, that's all right. All right, Kitty's in the chat. What's up, Bryant?"
You're showing your desperation a little too much there, buddy.
Yep. Mariah Lacey says, "Oh my goodness, your accent." Yep, your accent. People.
Why do you think I do these things?
I know, right? They're obviously talking about.
You think it's for Geoff? I don't care about. No, I'm just kidding. You know I love you, Rookie.
Oh yeah, I know.
Gotta have fun with you, just like you do me.
Yeah, that's it too.
I don't need to know any further there.
No, but he is. He's like Terry Silver's like the quintessential mustache twirling villain in this movie. They did not hide it. They didn't pretend. They didn't really give him more than one dimension. It is.
He basically says, "I'm giving 100% of my time to these jerks." And I'm like, jerks? Okay. Remember that time when I was trying to punch the old man and then he moved out of the way and then I made my hands bleed when I broke the glass?
Make his knuckles bleed.
I know I like that again.
I like that, Johnny. I'm going to use that.
I thought when Johnny's not Johnny when Daniel's hands were bleeding, when his knuckles were bleeding, I could have sworn that he was going to lick them. The Kreese or not Kreese, the Steven. I'm going to call him Steven Seagal. He's Steven Seagal to me.
Steven Seagal wanted.
He looked like he was going to lick him. She was like,
I never heard.
Oh my god, that's creepy.
This is one of those movies that has not gotten much love as far as any kind of special anything. So I don't know nearly as much about this one as I do the first two. But I would imagine they possibly tried to get Steven Seagal for that part, and he's like, "Are you crazy? I'm not playing the bad guy." I would not be surprised in the least.
I would have. I think his excuse would have been, "Are you crazy? I just ate some potato chips. No, thank you."
Well, back then, this would have been right as he was starting to make his
martial arts movies.
Kind of just getting started. So I don't know if it was a comment on him or not.
I do like though how it's basically like Steven Seagal was basically the first fat martial arts guy, like kind of. And
he wasn't though back when he was young.
I didn't see any of those.
No, you're not kidding. When he looked, this Terry Silver guy looks almost exactly like Steven Seagal did in that period. So that's where I was saying I would not be surprised if they were either making fun of him or tried to get him for the movie, and he said no. So they're like, well, we'll just get the cheap dime store version.
Yep, I get it, but no, I just think I find it so funny that Steven Seagal, the way he's actually an action dude. Like later, even with the weight, it's like that's awesome.
And I don't even like him, but he would have probably been perfect for that role. Yes, this would be something.
I don't know. I feel like this guy has more energy. He's like more twirl in his step, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Seagal would have been all subdued.
He'd be too nice though. He'd be like, I'm gonna slice guys out with my things. I don't know. It'd be like, okay, that's cute, Seagal. Okay.
I think he's just like so slimy and so beyond cheesy to the point where that's why I kind of like him, because you're just like, oh my gosh, like this guy, if you knew him in real life, you'd just be like, get away. But you're just like you're that overboard that I actually kind of like your character.
Like, perfect. You know, it's like, we're gonna sue your asses off. Okay. And anyway, you know, where's the salmon chicken for that guy? Okay, I'll just bribe him. Duh. It's like, oh god, it's too much.
Do you know what, Geoff? You were talking about something that reminded me of a movie I've just finished watching. You were talking about you thought he was gonna like the blood. Have either of you two seen the movie Kickboxer? Fandom?
A long time ago. Yeah.
No, I missed that one.
Oh, it is absolutely amazing. I've seen it a couple of times, but I've seen it again today, and I love it. And there's one of the scenes at the end. I'll not say what happens, but some guy like blood hits him, but it's not even his blood, and he starts licking the blood off his hand, and it just reminded me of that when you were saying you thought he was going to lick the blood off his knuckles. Oh, it's a brilliant movie. Like,
that's funny. Right.
Well, it does need to be said that this is one of the few series in this time period where it has the same director, and I believe even the same writers through all three films. So that says a lot. Producers and whatnot.
you see, the director. I remember that there was like a thing going on where he was saying, like a while after it had been brought out, that he was even saying that he thought that it was really hastily done, you know, and like really quickly sort of all put together and all quickly written. But then you kind of go to yourself, but then why did you just not like calm down and just take your time? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. See, look at him in his
seems
hot
odd.
tub. Look at him in his hot tub on his phone. He's got this old lady in there giving him his business stuff while he's sipping tea. He's in his hot tub. He's got his phone next to him. Oh
I'm
my
at the hot
god.
tub now.
You're fine. No worries.
Oh my gosh.
That's where we are.
Harry is like in bubbles.
Sorry guys, I was just like totally trying to follow along, and
I guess this is Thomas Ian Griffith's first film ever. That's this actor's name. In reality, he was only 13 years old when the Vietnam War ended, and he's only 4 months younger than Ralph. And he's 4 months younger than Ralph Macchio.
funny.
And he's playing his elder. Yeah.
What other stuff is this guy in? I want to know. This is important.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. I was thinking, have I seen him in anything else?
He's also been in Vampires, XXX.
He doesn't look familiar at all, but I want to know him now. It's going to be my next favorite actor to watch. At least do voice work. Like he's so silly.
It looks like he was in a bunch of action movies where he probably played just no-name bad guys, or like he was in XXX. It says here is
Thug number
Jim McGrath.
Thug number 4. Henchman
Yeah, that's what it looks like. A lot of TV movies.
Is that an animation one, Tom? That one you were talking about, that vampire thing? Is that like an anime, or is that a movie?
No, this is John Carpenter's Vampires from back in '98.
Oh.
And he was the star of the film Excessive Force, it looks like.
Interesting. All right, Tom.
They tried to make him a thing, and it just didn't happen.
Poor guy. We need to get him some work. How old is he now?
He's younger than Ralph Macchio. He was born in '62, so we
got to get him a role now. He's got to be in Cobra Kai then, or something. Like he's got to be doing something.
He'll probably show up. I have a feeling.
Yeah,
I want to see him with a cane walk in. Still do. It's like silly.
Remember me?
Well, like I said, he's the one who actually owns the name, the Cobra Kai, actually. So at some point,
he's got a cigar. Perfect. And he leans back. I'm like, oh god. I just sent you the email, Tom.
Awesome. Yep. Got it.
Sweet. Yeah, I will admit, see, like a moment like this with the bonsai plant, that's a nice extra moment between them. Makes them even closer. So that's good.
Well, that's one thing you get to see in this movie more so than the other two is just their natural relationship. Because I mean, they're basically living together now because his mom's gone. She's taking care of Uncle Louie back in New Jersey.
Oh my God, they could have easily made this into a sitcom TV show. Now I got to move in with my sensei. Oh, gee. What wacky shenanigans are going to happen next week? I got in a fight with the guy who is friends with my old Cobra Kai enemy, their nemesis, and now next week I'm going to have to fight you know, the other Asian guy's cousin for my honor, and then I'm going to accidentally start a fight with this other guy. And something, it's like, what's up with all your fights? No, Daniel-san, learn another lesson. He's gonna mow the lawn and learn a new technique. He's gonna, go fly a kite and learn another technique. So what's gonna
kite? I think you're thinking of Mary Poppins.
No, I'm thinking every week that just what other things could we do? I don't know. I'm gonna skip a rock.
Different.
Okay, let's make that another.
I second
Well,
you said that. I was Mary Poppins song.
It's been a while since I watched the cartoon, but I think in the cartoon they had to deal with like international spies and shit and all kinds of crazy shit.
It's so funny because this is such a simple story. It's just, people just doing their own thing. And then by this one, based on what I could tell, is when they're like, now we got to throw in a plot in the mix. It's like, okay. You got to sign the paper, man. Sign the document. Okay, I'm just trying to plant trees. Sign the document. All right. We're going to take your trees hostage until you sign the document.
Well, this movie is almost the screenwriters struggling themselves to write a third film, if you think about it. Because they're like, we've done it all. He's learned every lesson he can. He's not going to use, his karate for anything but defense. I think, Miyagi's made his point. There's nowhere to go from the second film, like you said. So the writers are probably sitting there, we got to find a way for Daniel-san to fight. I mean, we got nothing. Oh, create a bad guy. Okay, we'll create a bad guy. And Kreese wants revenge. Kreese wants revenge. All right, we got it. We're getting going now. It's like there's another tournament. This next year's tournament. Yeah.
Switch up and go. You're gonna have to fight a girl or something. That'd be like his girl that he meets or something. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be all cool. And then it's like, I'm gonna be your enemy. It's like Kill Bill style all of a sudden. And it's like, oh,
well, he does. The weird thing is, and this is one of the few things I remember from the actual. Any kind of press or anything from the movie, because I do remember seeing like a making of on HBO or something like that, and the only thing I really remember was Ralph Macchio saying that he requested that they change, and they did at his request, that there not be a love interest in this movie, because he thought that he was sick and tired of the same old shtick. And he's like, no, let's just make her friends. They don't need to be a love interest. So they worked that into the script. So it made it a little bit unique in a way, almost, I guess.
I did like that, actually. I'm like, yay, they're not actually going to fall in love this time. It's just going to be, a random person, a friend. Or they're going to go Dutch, as they say.
Right. It doesn't go where you're expecting it to go. And you're like, oh, so she's going to fall in love with him or whatever. And then this other bad boy is going to come in the way and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure that may be a way that a lot of the other script went. And he's like, no, this is way too much like the first movie, probably.
With how crazy the guys were, the Cobra Kai guys, I thought they were going to kidnap her and be like, yeah, we got, equal mustache twirls.
Well, here's the thing. Once we get to the next Karate Kid,
oh my God, are you
things get a little nuts.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, no.
That last third act is just...
Okay, you guys, I am now excited to see Karate Kid 4. I've never been more excited now to see a Karate Kid movie.
Yeah, I don't want you to be let down, though, because it's just like, you're like, really? We've gone from wax on, wax off.
That's what I mean. I want to see what the hell they try to do now with number 4. This is like what I said. It's like, what can we do now?
First 2 acts are okay. It's just that third act when they get into that last kind of confrontation. It's just like...
See, wouldn't it have been funny if they had, like, his mom needs to learn self-defense or something? Somebody, it's like, okay, mom's going to learn karate now.
Well, not only that, you get to the point where Pat Morita's old enough, and in the movie they got him doing things, and you're like, where you were just saying, it's getting to the point where Miyagi's kind of like a Mary Sue. It's like, well, you can believe it through these movies, but by the time you get through part 4, you're like, I don't know. He's a little old.
I feel like that's not the right wording, but he has not lost at all or not shown any signs of being able to lose.
I'm not saying he will, but you're watching it and you're like, yeah, they made the choreography so easy for him because he's so old. You can tell. It's kind of like...
I like how they didn't get a double for him, though. It's like, yeah, no, he's going to do the...
They probably did for a couple things. I'd have to watch. It's been a while since I watched it.
All right, what are you going to say, Julie?
The only ones that I've seen is the first one, the second one, the third one, which is the sort of like the DVD set that I have, and then the Karate Kid, which I also have on a separate DVD, the one with Will Smith's son.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen, there's another one before that then.
The next Karate Kid with Julie. That's why I was making fun of the Julie-san thing. Because
Ah.
that's the girl's name in the movie, is Julie. So he's like, Julie-san!
So it's a girl in it?
Yeah. It's,
Oh my
what's her
God.
face? The Academy Award-winning actress, what the hell? Hilary Swank.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen that one, but it sounds like that's
It's
probably
very
not a bad thing.
90s.
you guys.
It's 90. It came out in 94. It's very of its time. I'll say
That's when I
that.
was born. That's awesome. So okay, so that is going to be the next watch party. If not after that, the Jackie Chan one probably. So like if you guys in the chat and Julie, if you haven't seen Karate Kid 4, we got to see that within like next week or two, so we can do another watch party.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I am so excited now because it's so silly now as far as what can happen. They did the perfect story with the two, and now it's just kind of funny to see what they're going to do now.
It's different,
but they don't destroy what was there. They just add things.
No, it's just like, kind of.
It's like I kind of see it as like if you already got like a perfect cake, but then you add a bunch more stuff to it. It's like, whoa, that's not good now. Like,
yeah, it's kind of what it is.
You're not really adding anything good now. It's already done.
They don't ruin Miyagi's character or nothing, and there's some good bits in it. And the first 2 acts are all right, but again, like I said, the last act is a real 90s movie. Yeah, like Rhodes Rand says, it's a tough watch. It can be. Well, it can be for some people.
We're gonna do it together, my friends. This is gonna be great.
What was the music like, Tom? Like, was the music like cheesy songs, or were they like okay? Was the music okay in it, or was it bad?
Actually, it's not too bad. Bill Conti comes back to do the actual score again.
Okay.
And then as far as the music from the movie that I remember is like Moving On Up by was it Black Box or one of them bands? One of the little.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of 90s, not hip hop, but the dance, the club dance kind of songs. And what was her name that did the, you gotta be bold, you gotta be bad, you gotta be strong, you gotta be wiser. That's over the end credits. And then actually the one song Cranberries is in there too.
I love the Cranberries. Like,
the first one they had, one of the earlier ones they had, not Zombie, but
is it Linger?
No, it was before Linger, but it's on the same album. Dreams or whatever it was called, I think.
I love that song. I love that song.
Yeah, that one's in there. And then there's a couple other decent songs from the 90s in there, but it's like half of it feels like a classic Karate Kid film. The rest of it's just like, why did they do this other than to cash in kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, like, if I had a thought to myself, I mean, I think I might have heard people bring that movie up, but it's not something that I ever sort of thought to kind of watch, but I didn't actually realize that it was actually a girl in it. I've just seen these 3, and then I've seen the Karate Kid one in the cinema, and then I bought it on DVD. But like, I watched these when I was younger, but if someone had said to me, well, there's going to be one out like with a girl in it, and there's going to be a 4th one, you kind of go to yourself like, no, there's why? Like, I don't know why they do that with like franchises that do well, and then they just keep going just to get money, and then it kind of takes away from it, like, you know.
Yeah, the more they add, it doesn't make it taste any better. I wonder when they're going to have a white guy teach a Chinese guy or something. Like,
you should do that on your channel. You should do that on your channel.
Do you know how bad they would get bashed if they did that?
That's why that'd be hilarious if somebody did, or if they made a parody of the Karate Kid with, you know, what's that guy? Not Ben Stiller. What's the other guy? It's like, yeah, you know, Owen Wilson. Have Owen Wilson teach.
I love him.
Have Owen Wilson teach.
You know what you're gonna do?
Teach some Chinese girl. That'd be funny.
Oh God, that movie would be so destroyed.
See, I was confused for a sec. Is that Daniel singing, or is that the chick? Because
that's like, Daniel.
It's like a total. The dude's like,
and I'm sure they tried to get Ralph Macchio back for a 4th film, but at this time he had just been in like things like My Cousin Vinny, and he'd been doing all right getting away from Karate Kids. So I think it was the last thing he probably wanted to do.
Right.
I mean, the setup's not too bad. I mean, the setup is, you know, Mr. Miyagi, it starts out, he's at a funeral for a friend from World War II. And he finds out that his friend's granddaughter's having some, you know, emotional troubles. But unlike Daniel, she already kind of knows karate, but she just doesn't know how to control her anger. Like she actually does know how to fight. So it's like a whole nother level to where he's got
kind of like Avatar and then Legend of Korra. Like his journey was learning all these abilities. Right. She already knows all of them basically, but she's a, very...
Yeah, because he wasn't teaching her so much. See, that's the thing. At least it didn't retread the first movie. He didn't have to teach her anything as far as karate. It was teaching her how to be at peace and to not be so aggressive. So, like, I mean, she takes quite a bit different journey than Daniel does. But like I said, once you get to the end of the movie, it just becomes a quintessential 90s action kind of movie, and you're just like, oh.
I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait. God, his smile is just so like every time
he's the super villain. He is.
I want there to be a chuckle every time he smiles.
Well, that's why I love the cigar too. It's a perfect touch.
I know he actually has the cigar. He's got the ponytail. He's got the cigar ponytail.
It's almost like they knew this movie was going to be hated when it came out, but they were making it for us now because they knew we'd love this villain. He does. Right now,
but in 30 years, just watch.
He does. He has like his own little following almost like now. Like people are like who defend this movie. Like it's not a huge amount of people, but I've ran into a few. It's like, oh, good for them. They're sticking up for it. I always kind of like Terry Silver. I just didn't want to say nothing.
Yeah.
He's one of those, he's so bad it's good. You just relish in how bad he is, kind of thing. Yeah, like a Howard the Duck incarnate, and like in a human being almost. I don't know how to explain it.
Howard the Duck in a human. That's funny.
Like just how people love that movie, even though how bad it is. But you have to remind them, like, well, it is pretty much the way the comic goes.
That is kind of funny. Well, no, I'd say the second half was kind of probably like the comic. The first half was just, what is this? Why?
No, that shit happened in the comic too.
Well, no, but like
he got blasted to Earth and met Beverly and all that shit.
Well,
yeah,
no, I get that, but I mean the way it plays off is just like some random duck guy is just kind of here, and that's all there is to it. And then later, and then they go.
That's how the story goes, man.
And later they have Ferris Bueller's principal go, some type of alien creature.
And that's what people didn't get about the movie. They were expecting, I think, something more like a straight comedy. When they're like, no, have you ever read the comic? It's basically like, do you see where like Guardians of the Galaxy comes from? If you've seen Howard the Duck, you know what I'm saying. It's the same kind of goofy, off the wall type humor.
I guess
it's like fit right in.
But then he's like, oh, I'm gonna go fight you, but he doesn't really know anything. He's just kind of there too.
He's a reluctant hero. That's the thing. He's a duck out of his own world and out of his own time, and he just don't give a shit on his world. He's, a playboy philanthropist. And he comes to Earth and becomes a hero.
Have you seen Howard the Duck, Julie?
Howard the Duck? Yeah, when probably many, many, many years ago, so I don't overly remember it.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to be a watch party one of these days.
Yes. We'll do that one on our channel for sure too. Yeah,
we could do that on yours if you want.
That's a good one for us. Yeah,
great. I want to see Rob's take on Howard.
I don't know if he likes Howard or not. I think he does.
Doesn't matter.
He's probably like me, and he realizes it's actually really close to the comic. A lot of people who didn't like it were just clueless. It's kind of like Popeye, where people bitch about the movie. It's like, do you realize that movie is more of an homage to the original comic strips than anything? People were expecting to see a movie version of the Fleischer cartoons, when the Fleischer cartoons were so much different than what the original comic strips were, and that movie captures those comic strips beautifully. It gets such a bad rep.
I loved watching Popeye when I was a kid. I love the wee theme tune and all. I have it in my head now.
Robin Williams just knocked it out the park. I mean, I wish he felt better about that movie throughout his life. It's sad, but yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire is such an amazing movie. I have it on DVD. I always watch it around summertime. It's absolutely hilarious.
You know what sucks is we were supposed to get a sequel to that.
Aww.
He had just signed on for one just before he killed himself.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, God help. That was so sad. Like, when that happened. Have you seen Robin Williams he's in that movie with Ben Stiller, No Night at the Museum?
Or you mean? Yeah. I've seen those. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to help my
Or
mom
were
real
you
quick.
asking Geoff?
Well, sorry, I had to mute for a sec because mom just finally got home so she can use her phone, but she needs my phone to use her phone to activate it. Call number. I'm doing a stream. When are you going to be done? I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to be done. Just like we're like half an hour in. Well, a half hour in, I need to do something. Okay. So
well, go ahead. I got this. I think we got this.
So chat. I won't be able to see the chat for a little bit, but don't worry. I shall still try to entertain everybody. Yeah,
where I'm at in the movie is where Daniel is actually teaching. I can't remember her name offhand now. The new girl.
Girl number 3.
Yeah. How Miyagi would have taught her a karate move, and I kind of like this scene. And then these guys come in and trash the store.
That's where I'm at. Where he's like, "Yeah, what's up, Dak? What are you gonna do about it?" You know, he looks just like this guy is a stereotype. This guy's a stereotype. I love it.
I'm where he just said, "I'm not going to sign up."
Yep, pretty much right there as well.
Yep, and I think this again. If this movie would have come out 2 years sooner, I don't think it would have gotten trashed as bad as it did.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It's like Go ahead, Julie.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, you know, as Tom was saying earlier, there was just so many big movies out at that time. You know, it would be kind of like, you know, when Endgame came out, if there was a whole ton of other big movies coming out, and then they brought out a good movie, it's probably not going to do that well because everybody else was just interested in going and see all the other big things that are bigger hyped, you know, and it kind of
Yeah.
Back to the Future 2 was the other big one this summer. I just remembered. Yep.
Oh, I love Back to the Future. I have them as well. DVD.
Yep, those are good. I have seen all of them many times.
You've seen them, yeah?
Oh yeah, I love them. I love the Pepsi thing that shoots out in the future, just out of the counter. I'm like, that's sick. That's awesome.
It's so funny though how like we're not even at the stage of like the stuff they showed.
It's funny how we're so advanced in some areas yet so far behind in others.
In some ways we're way the hell above them, and other ways not even close.
I know, like the flying thing, like the hoverboard thing. It's like we have them in like ones that go along the ground, but not ones that sort of up in the air.
It's like saying I'm going to go fly my plane on the road. It's like it doesn't make any sense. So
I know.
Hoverboards don't work on water.
I'm going to go swim my boat on the grass. You know, it doesn't make any sense. It does not work that way.
I think someone tried to make the trainers though. There was like some guy, I think I've seen it somewhere, and he had started a company and he had like somewhat made the trainers, but I don't know. I don't think they look.
Well, Nike did a limited edition for a while, but I think they ended up having to recall a bunch of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there anybody new in the chat coming in? I can't see the chat for a little bit because
I haven't been paying attention to too much till now, unfortunately, and I'm not like on purpose. It's just this movie like pulls you in because now I'm in the part. This is why Terry Silver is Terry Silver, because he plays this so perfectly.
Yeah,
he's just a big kiss ass here now.
He's a good actor in here. I can't believe he's not done a whole bunch.
Like I think they tried to make him happen after this, and he just didn't happen.
He probably wanted the Cobra Kai series right after this. Like, you know, why not, huh? It's like, no.
We can keep going after him.
Yeah, I do like how he's doing all of this just because his buddy got butthurt and beat. And that's the whole plot.
Well, and you can kind of see, though, where Kreese kind of comes from, too, in a way. Like, you know, these guys got each other's backs, and, you know, even though this guy could probably see that neither one of these two are really that much of a threat, he's still just relishing in what he's going to do to him.
Yes.
You know, I love this little smile and smirk when he walks away, you know.
Yeah, but I like it because he's like, I manipulated everything. Let me tell you about my plan from the very beginning. When I first saw you, I was already planning your demise.
Yes, he's very much a Bond villain, but I love it. I just so love it.
Like if they made a TV show, like a live action one right after this, he would be the weekly villain, I think. Like, I'm gonna send my next goons after you next time. Damn you, Daniel-san.
That's going to be what's great is if they intertwine him into Cobra Kai, because it'd be like cool if he was pulling strings the whole time. Kind of like, I mean, not to get too many spoilers, but kind of like how Kreese gets brought into the second season here. I really, really hope they bring in Terry Silver and Mike Barnes into the third season. That'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
And it would so give this movie its due. I mean, I'm not above it. I get it. It's not fucking Shakespeare. It's not nearly as good as the first two, but I feel like it does get such a bad rep.
Like, if the other two are like 9s or 10s out of 10, I'd give this, like a 7, like
a high 7, yeah.
It could be, depending on what you like or don't like in it, will be a 6 or 7, I would say.
It's like if it would have just had a bit better soundtrack, it could have been an 8. No, just kidding. Yeah, the soundtracks to this one has like the least too.
I don't remember the soundtrack in this, to be honest.
It does, but it didn't have a
noise when it's quiet. There's like
well, I mean, Bill Conti did that part, but I mean, as far as the actual pop hits, the first two films were lucky to have some pretty decent hits. This one though, not so much. So
yeah.
It had a song by Little River Bands called "Listen to Your Heart," but it just happened to come out at the exact same time as the Roxette one.
Mm-hmm.
So that one just kind of dwarfed it. Yeah.
I wish that his other girl in the last one was in this one. Now that would have been different, because she seemed like she could have, learned a few little moves and had something different other than, here's my girl, even though it's not the girlfriend, but still. God, these guys are such high school bullies. It's so funny. Yeah, we're going to wreck up your shop. Yeah, give me that macaroni and cheese. Yum, yum. Just like Mother used to make. He's like the little toady, like from, Christmas Story, the short guy.
Right. Well, and I think this is part of the reason, besides the tournament, that people say, oh, it's just a ripoff of the first movie. Well, in actuality, these guys have a completely different motivation. I mean, I get it. It's similar, but at the same time, it makes them be, gives them the ability to be that much more villainous than Johnny and those guys. Because Johnny never really wanted to hate him at first. And we pointed this out while we're watching it, is really, Daniel did kind of start it. And Danny did kind of get his nose in the shit he shouldn't have got it into in the first place. But that being said, in this instance, these guys are being completely aggressive. They're coming after him. He doesn't even understand why. They're
paid to be doing this as well.
Exactly. I mean, they're completely motivated, and they have one motivation only. There's no black or white, or I mean, there's no gray area like there is with Johnny. There's just black and white here. So, I mean, that might be another reason why people are just like, oh, it's just kind of like what it is. But I get it. I like it. And here comes Miyagi to kick some ass.
Sorry, I had to help my mom again real quick.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to stop talking so other people had a chance.
Turned off. And you turn it back on again. I want to make the call. Okay, just a second. But yeah, this was good. Julie, what do you think about this part right here with these bullies in this movie?
Did we lose Julie?
Julie?
I think we lost her.
She's still in the call.
Yeah, that or she's muted and doesn't realize it.
No, it's somebody's talking to her in the room.
Oh, I hear in the background. Yeah, she must be busy. So, all right, I'll keep carrying on.
They actually kicked the girl. They didn't just go, yeah, you're just here. And it's like, no, you actually...
They're trying to get him... They're trying to get his goat, yeah.
Like, all right.
You're singing?
When I was watching this, I was like, I bet you Tom loves this part.
You're lucky, Daniel.
Well, and again, he's kind of teaching him. He's like, shit happens sometimes. You can't always, just be aggressive.
Well, like he said, we're lucky. The bonsai trees were at home, but then they get fucked up when they get home, of course. But then that's his other part. This is the one I was talking about. Where are you going? Fishing.
Well, and that's what I like too. That's how he deals with his problems. He's like, I'm not just going to go beat them up. I'm not going to make a huge deal out of this. I'm just going to go fish. And it's all good. And then killing Daniel's son right here. He's like, dude, I want to. What the hell is do something? Like, come on. Like he is trying to grow up and he is trying to learn from him, but he's also, seeing the world in a different viewpoint than he did before. So
right, and that's kind of like like I say, he's got a little bit different point of view now. He's been, over to Okinawa. He's dealt with that shit. He's supposed to be, 19, 20 here probably. So, I mean, he's not really a kid anymore either. And, I mean, this movie could have took him a lot of different places, and it could have just been the same shit over again, but it wasn't.
Well, money is a problem in this one for the most part. A little bit. It's a background problem, but I mean that's of importance to him in this is getting enough money. So part of his motivation, he's like, okay, let's take my money here, make a shop, make more money, and whatnot. That's what I kind of saw it as. He's trying to
right. Well, and this is kind of the beginning of his entrepreneurship too. So we kind of see that kind of beginnings from that we see the fruit of in Cobra Kai, which you would expect, being that if he was, as long as he would continue down the right road, he would be successful. So
I'll say too, by the way, I don't know if you've already done Cobra Kai like commentary on yours. I know you've probably done videos, but if you want to do,
we did like the first few episodes, but nobody really watched them. So yeah, whenever you watch them, we could talk about Cobra Kai again.
Okay, I don't know if you want to do it on your channel or if we want to rotate on people's channels here or there. Because as far as these original ones, I wanted them on mine. But
because I know Rob, I actually paid him to watch them so he could watch them, and then we never even got to finish them. Well, just so he could get the YouTube Premium,
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. I forgot I have to do that when I get it.
I know. I keep forgetting to cancel it, and I've been paying him for like the last 3 months. It's like I gotta watch Cobra Kai again just to make it worth it. Damn it!
Like $3 though, right? I mean, it's not.
Huh?
Is it like $3 a month for?
Oh no, it's like 16 or 13 or something like that.
Ooh, because more is less. But okay. See, right here at this point,
if you've never had it before, then you can usually get a free month. But sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say so. This part, this is moving along a lot faster than I thought it would. Like with this part, this is where I was kind of like, this is kind of a stupid moment here, but I mean, I guess this is kind of
what he's doing here is all those other trees got destroyed, obviously, so he's going after this real bonsai tree. A lot of those other ones weren't real bonsai trees; they're basically fake ones.
Right, but I was thinking like Miyagi said, he put it here specifically so people can't sell it, and then he's like, no, I'm gonna go do it so I can sell it, and it's like
that's the point.
He's really ignored him, but then she does say, she's like, I don't think he'd want you to do this, Right. Like, I think she just kind of wanted to go hike with him, if anything. She's like, yeah, let's go for a hike and whatever. Yeah, let's go see it up close, but then let's go.
Well, they also set this up that she knows how to do rock climbing.
Yeah, I saw. They had payoff
little
here.
Subtle things, right? That's called
smoking gun to show it, and then you pay it off later.
Yeah, see, they don't do that a lot anymore in movies like they should. It's just the subtle things they're missing anymore. Are you back, Julie?
Oh yes, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, we were talking to you, and you're like gone.
Sorry, I wrote in the chat, and I thought I'm just realizing now they might not be that far down, or they might not have seen it. But I was just looking there at, like the coats they're wearing, like the pink and the bright. I'm colorblind, but it looks to me like an orangey coat that Daniel's wearing. You go, wow.
Pink and orange.
Very, very late 80s, yes.
You go to yourself, I used to have coats like that, and then you just look at the clothes and you go, oh my goodness, like, you see, like, back then in the 80s, did you ever notice that, like, people didn't care as much, and even in the 90s, people didn't care what you wore, and people just used to wear all sorts of colours. But nowadays, people are like always worried, like, oh, but this pink coat might not go with this color or something.
Can I tell you the truth? They did care about what they wore, but it was just the styles.
I feel like it was a different way now.
It was actually people were very worried about some of that shit.
I'd say now people really don't care because they'll go, I'm just going to go in my pajamas outside.
Oh, that part, yeah. You got the Walmart crowd.
I'm going to go in my flip-flops and a bra.
Do people do that in America? Like, you would see people in a bra walking about a grocery store?
Yes, there's we call them the Walmart crowd, to be nice. Yeah, they're the people that go out to Walmart barely dressed. And
I suppose it's hot over there. You never see that here.
Yeah.
Thank God.
See pajamas, though. Like, people where I live, like, there's a girl down the road from me, and her friend will, like, sit and, like, wear, even if it's, like, a warm day, they'll be sitting outside in, like, a big fleecy robe and, like, a pair of pajama bottoms and a pair of slippers. And then there's girls that will walk into the shop to buy, like, their food, and they'll be wearing their pajamas, like, full pajamas and slippers.
Yeah, that's kind of normal around here with people. They're like, I don't want to get dressed today.
That still sounds better dressed than around here, because we're talking like pajama pants that are like stretchy pants, and
and we're talking just pajama pants. They might wear a shirt.
He's not kidding when he says the bra.
Really weird.
It's like some people are like, that suffices.
like walking in to buy a pint of milk or like a loaf of bread or biscuits and just seeing some girl behind you wearing a bra I'd just be like, love, did you not know where your wardrobe was when you woke up this morning?
Or the people who should be wearing a bra who are just wearing like a tank top, showing off too much too. Yeah, that too.
I'm talking about, and guys too will just go shirtless in the summer, and it's like, dude,
God.
nobody wants to see that, dude, at all. Like, no. Hairy,
put a t-shirt on.
Yeah, put a t-shirt on. That'd be nice.
No, I'm very self-conscious. I won't even go swimming without a t-shirt. So yeah.
Really?
I wonder what people in the chat are saying. I don't have my phone to check the chat right now. They loving this conversation about
Pussy Centipede says John Wick versus Daniel LaRusso. John Wick would win, but John Wick I think would tie with Mr. Miyagi.
Can't have either one be defeated.
What a username, I have to say.
All right. And Blue.
Funny story about him. He used to be called Kitty Glitter for his podcast. And I don't know how he got away with Pussy Centipede on there, but Angus and I were talking to him for a while and stuff, and he had like some books on Amazon that were satirical and whatever, and it was one of Angus's first podcast people, one of his first guests. So yeah, fun fact.
Cool.
That's funny.
And then Blue-Eyed Scorpio said, "Hey guys, why is my package delivery late? Did the Irish chick's boyfriend take it?" Okay.
Yeah, he's a mustache trolling thief. So, not just kidding.
I guess so.
I'm gonna get it.
And Pussy Centipede also said just got back from part 3 of John Wick. Not as good as the first 2 John Wicks. I thought it's about the same thing, but they're good.
They're going to be a Karate Kid, John Wick type thing, or first.
Well, that's what I said.
First one's great. Second one might be as great, but who knows? Third one, didn't need it. It wasn't horrible. Well,
I don't know. I don't know if I was more disappointed by the fact that it leaves off for another movie, or I don't know.
I thought the third one was the best.
He just fished the plant out of the water and then poured water on it.
Well, because it fell in the salt water.
Oh,
so she poured bottled water on it to try and rinse it off. And that's what he's panicking about, is because it hit the salt water, it could kill it.
I'm so annoyed now.
I totally missed that. Okay.
I
meant where they're pulling up the ropes. They just pulled it up, and he's like, "Shut up, bitch! Sign the document. Sign the document so the girl gets it." Is all I'm hearing what they're doing.
Screw you, man.
Oh yeah, that's what we were asking you earlier, Julia. What do you think of this movie's bullies? This little group with he looks like a toady from Christmas Story. And
what did you say? Sorry, you kind of cut out. Are you saying what did I think of the bullies?
Yeah, the bullies. Yeah, when you were gone earlier, we were asking you how you felt, because the first movie, Johnny wasn't always trying to be so much of an asshole. His motivation was just Daniel got involved in the wrong time. This one, these guys are clearly motivated. They're being paid. They've got a goal. I said a lot of people said they were more one-dimensional, but I said I thought they kind of got a bad rep. What do you think about them?
Yeah. Oh no, I thought they were all right. Like, I thought they were fine. Didn't have any issues with them.
Yeah, the shorter guy reminds me of the Christmas Story, of the toady to the redhead guy. Like I'm just picturing Ralphie and them, and just going, cry for me, cry.
The yellow-eyed bully.
Yeah, you show him. Like I wanted him to go rah. Like in Christmas Story. That'd have been funny.
Do you know that guy, the main bully, is in Transformers?
Oh my gosh. What one? The first one?
He's one of the military guys, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's also in Freddy versus Jason, yeah.
I don't recognize him at all.
Yeah, he's all grown up now.
He looks like he'd be in like a boy band, so I don't know.
A boy band?
Yeah, he grew up and must have been drinking his milk.
Mm-hmm. He's a big, strong boy. Drink his milk. This scene kind of went longer than I thought it was going to.
Well, this is kind of like one of the big scenes here. This is, in the kind of the grand scheme of things, because this is actually setting up the third act here now. We're getting there.
I always wanted to slap them.
So where are we here now? I don't even know.
I'm at where he just got the document.
And I'm in time-wise.
Oh, yeah. So for people in the chat, we're just over an hour in.
Okay, yeah. So we're just about getting to the third act here, yeah.
I'm at where Mr. Miyagi has just finishing wipe the floor.
That's a little bit ahead.
Yeah, you might want to pause just for a little bit, and then we'll tell you when we get there.
He wiped the floor. And he
Sweep the
talked to
floor.
Danielson. Sweep the floor. But
Take
he
a
don't
boomer
sweep the
like a
floor. He
disc.
wiped the floor.
Say the goddamn joke.
Yeah, I thought these guys were going to sell the bonsai plant for a sec, but then nope, they just break it in half. Yeah, great.
I always thought that was so sad, like with the bonsai tree. Did you not?
Yep. Okay, he just split it a little. He didn't like fully destroy it.
And he's like really worried about it. He's like, is it gonna live?
It's a $10,000 tree.
Yeah.
Minimum.
And you can tell that's some serious shit way Miyagi acts.
I know, he's like, oh, Danielson. Oh. He's like, I just bought a bunch. What? Yep.
Yeah, you can tell. This is like some of the most concerned Miyagi is through the whole movies.
Yeah.
We said that's the only one he was able to plant and can't exactly go back down there again. So, yeah. I liked it. Give me CPR. Give me some morphine. Oh, you need something else. Get the metafine. Yes, I could see this breaking Daniel down quite a bit. A lot of people didn't like the way everybody says it was as if he just goes, "I'm going to betray Miyagi and what he thinks and go with Cobra Kai." And I'm like, "What?" And watching it, there's
clear motivations, and that's what I was saying too. Even the bad guys aren't as one-dimensional as people try and say they are. Even though I didn't say that clear enough, but I knew what I was trying to say.
Yeah, it's very cohesive, and Daniel clearly is like, he's like, I know what you have taught me. I know how I should be right now. I know what I should be doing, but Jesus Christ, these people are pissing me off, and they are really just poking the bear with him. He's like, I don't want to unleash, and then he's like, okay, I got to break some bones. But then, when he does, he's like, oh, no, I can't. Okay, cool. Come back.
Now, what I keep forgetting is how late in the third, in the beginning, like the third act begins with him learning from Terry Silver. I forget that every time.
Yeah, this is a long
that comes so late into the movie. I always remember it earlier.
There's kind of a fourth act.
Yeah,
that's
I was thinking the same thing.
What was that?
I was thinking the same thing Tom was saying. It kind of feels like I remember him coming in and training him earlier in the movie. It's weird.
Well, it's because he's always there. He's not like omnipresent through the whole damn thing.
That's true.
Proper Jenny is in the chat.
Hey, Proper Jenny.
Hello, Jenny.
All right.
We're watching Cry Kid 3.
Number 3. Daniel looks like he's about to join a dance troupe with his orange jacket. I see him start snapping his fingers, going booed up.
Should I pause it because they're jogging here? I should pause it, I suppose.
That's where I'm at. Where you at, Julie?
All right.
He's like, I gotta take some water. She's like, don't swallow. He's like, I'll spit.
I hate it when girls say that. No, just kidding.
God.
Trying to tell him what to do.
I'm trying to be good. It's not that late yet. I'm coming from Mead. I got to remember I'm on Rookie Critic, not Mead. I love this little Ford.
I like how he picks it out too. He's like, "Yeah, that's for prom. No, that's not good enough.
That's too expensive. I need something to look like I'm poor."
I love that line. He says, "Who signed it? The Tooth Fairy."
John Kreese told me he had a lot of heart. He should have knew he was full of shit then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. God, the ponytail is what's getting me, I swear.
That was so late 80s.
His hair's all back, and he's got the ponytail.
Every go-getter in the late 80s had one of those. It came like requisition.
Yep.
God, I'm trying to remember her name. She was in a few things.
It was like Jessica or Janice or something.
Well, yeah, I'm even trying to remember her actual real name too.
Actress. I don't know. Is it just me, or does he look like he's really not trying to kick this that hard? The sack. This scene was so set up just so.
Well, of course.
The guy can come in. I'm like, this looks so stupid. And he's got his T-shirt. He's like, I'm gonna put my foot on his throat. Hey, you, get your damn hands off of her. He hits him with the book. Like, don't touch me, hands off the tits.
Yeah, you're right, it was Jessica, and Robin Lively is the actress's name.
Robin Lively. No, she's been in a few things.
Yeah, she was in Teen Witch the same year. Ouija recently. Wildcats.
Yeah, she's probably got some good history on there.
Oh yeah. She's been around. And I don't mean like that. I mean she's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Terry Silver's such a creep.
But we love him for it.
He's such a sickener, you know what I mean? Like, but he's a sickener that you could find funny, but you wouldn't be able to sit in a room with.
He's the kind where you're like looking at the door and looking at the clock and going, when can I get out of here?
Yeah, like when's your taxi home?
Yeah, exactly.
You creep. I wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley, put it that way. You're like looking at you really weirdly, like
even if he's just smiling. You'd be like, oh no, not here, not tonight. No.
I'll just look unhappy. Because when you smile, you look like a bit of a creep. Like
this guy should play the Joker from back then. If they were going to make a Joker back then, he'd be a great Joker.
He'd have been a great, yeah. They'd have done a live action TV show. That'd been who I went with.
Just imagine in this movie if they had him in the Joker makeup and played everything the exact same. This would be a great Joker film, wouldn't it? It's like holy shit.
Can I ask a really random question? Have any of you seen the movie The Crow?
Yeah.
I think I've seen one.
I love the first one.
I've seen one of them. I don't know which one.
I've seen them all, but I love the first one.
Whichever one they sew that chick's mouth shut. That one was creepy.
I think that's the second one. The rest of them are garbage.
I was so confused on that movie. I did not understand what the hell.
First one is the only one, is the one that has Brandon Lee in it.
Yeah.
You know if you've seen that one. That one's like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I always watch it every Halloween, like the night before Halloween.
Yep.
Do you do the same?
Devil's Night.
I'll teach you how to sweep.
Let's go raise some hell.
I love it. He's like, you got here.
Let's hold. First left to sweep. It's no joke.
Yeah. And he actually doesn't do any chores in this one, oddly.
Well, no, but Miyagi's just trying to be funny.
How lazy.
I know. That's why I like this joke, because he's not smiling. He's like, "Oh, you do here and here." He probably would have given him the broom to sweep. That would have been that scene.
Huh. I
wonder in his head he's like, "Hey, my plan's coming together, and he's gonna come here any second." Come on. What?
He literally looks like he's gonna like kill him. The way he's looking at him, it's freaky.
Yep. Well, it's like I wonder, like, was he thinking? I know that Daniel will come here today. Like, what if he just was there? Was he just doing this for hours? Like, just waiting for him? Like, God, when is he going to come by today? I could have sworn everything's going according to plan, but he's not here yet. You know, I have to be working out.
No, what's funny is he's sitting there watching out the window, and then he makes sure he jumps over and starts doing karate when he knows he pulls.
Oh my gosh, Tom, I was going to say the exact same thing. He's probably sitting like a creepo with his binoculars. Oh, my plan is coming exactly into place. He's coming in.
Yes, boy, come into my dojo.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh, you were thinking exactly what I was thinking. He's sitting up there with a pair of binoculars, sitting zoomed in, waiting for him to walk down the street. I want to learn.
This is the origin of.
Is that him?
This is the
that's a red jacket, not an orange one.
Yeah, that's him.
This is the origin of the Joker right here. Like imagine him
I
with the
think
Joker.
so.
Imagine him with the Joker makeup on right now, talking to him.
Oh, stop! Really freaky looking.
Look at that. It would be
Somebody
perfect.
do that with that face stuff.
I'm not even joking. Like he would
Somebody
make,
out there listening, use that app. I don't remember what it's called, but the face app.
he could
Oh,
play.
yeah.
He could play old man Joker right now.
Like, guys, seriously, I want to go to bed and sleep tonight. You're giving me nightmares.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Oh shit!
I'll just
Don't
try.
even.
Yeah. I'll try.
I wonder is there any pictures on Google where it actually shows you where someone's thought the same thing as us and has actually imaged it? I'm actually going to check.
If somebody else has, oh my god, that will be great.
Yeah, it'd be so funny.
That will be on Twitter big time. That needs to be a thing.
I'm sure someone I wonder has someone.
And if Cobra Kai writers listen to my podcast, please, so that you can
this I did not know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
No, you were plugging your podcast. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that'd be funny. If I was doing a joke. I was like, that'd be great if the Cobra Kai writers and directors were listening to the podcast, so they can get these ideas down and start going, "Oh yeah, let's go get these people back for Cobra Kai season 4 and 5 and 6 and 7."
Well, I'm sure they have. Well, because they've already. But Mike Barnes, the guy who plays Mike Barnes, Sean Keenan or whatever his name is, he's already brought it up.
Okay.
But I did not know this. Snake is actually Terry's son in the movie. They don't say it. One of the little goons, that's actually Terry's son.
Oh,
really?
Like it's supposed to be his character in the film is Terry's son, but it's actually director's son playing him, which is weird. But yeah, I did not know that. Which is funny because I have the novel. It's probably in the novel. I just haven't. I don't know if I've ever read that one.
Wait, is there a Karate Kid 3 novel?
Well, they did novelizations of the screenplays. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, like
we brought it up during part 2 because I said that's what I liked about the one novelization of part 2 is how they get into kind of the internal thoughts and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So, because sometimes when people say the books, usually I think that they came first.
No, this was a movie first and foremost. It's just they still do it, but it used to be more popular back in the day. It seems like a month or two before the movie would come out, they'd release the novelization, and basically all the novel was the screenplay written in novel form. So you get all the deleted scenes. Sometimes you get alternate, storylines and stuff that weren't in the movie because it would get changed between then and when the movie would come out. But they're always neat little pieces of history.
Well, now they do that with video games. I think they'll release the movie and have a video game to go with it, like with the Avengers.
Oh yeah, that was always a thing too. But yeah, now the movies, the video game and the movie are a little bit more married. It seems like, but yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what I just realized? Is it just me, right? Or does Terry Silver not look kind of like Joaquin Phoenix who's going to be playing in the Joker movie?
Maybe that's why Geoff keeps saying that.
I don't remember Joaquin Phoenix, what he looks like. I have to look again.
He not overly but I mean, if Joaquin Phoenix shaved and you put a picture of them together.
Spell Joaquin Phoenix.
I think it starts with J, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem I think I'm going to have with that movie too.
Wait a minute, the Joker.
Because I seen the trailer again when I went to see I think it was Rocket Man, whatever it was, one of the last movies I saw, and it was like, God, I'm just not buying into this. It's the idea, okay, but Joaquin Phoenix, I don't know.
Okay, the way it has is Wake Me Phoenix.
It's Joaquin.
Joaquin, yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Like kind of, I'm not saying like really, really looks like him, but I'm saying yeah, he definitely could be a Joker, like. But what age is he now? What age were you saying? Were you saying what age he was earlier, or were you talking about somebody else? Terry Silver.
I was talking about him. Yeah, I was talking about Terry Silver.
What age was he again?
He was born in 1962. I don't remember his exact age now. I'd have to do the math in my head, and I hate math.
I'd Google it.
But the funny thing is he's 4 months younger than Ralph Macchio in real life.
So Daniel's son will become Batman in this universe, and then has to fight the Joker. But
Does that make Kreese the Riddler?
Yep. And then it turns out that Miyagi used to be Batman when he was younger.
That's weird, because then that means Johnny's like Catwoman, basically.
No, I was gonna say he's Batman Beyond now, and Miyagi's the original Batman, or some shit. And it's like, okay, well, they could do that. Oh my god, they could do that with this universe. It seems you can just go, hey, yeah, and they're also part of this series, real quick. What? That green powder, that's some weird.
Well, I like how they kind of use this as a in replacement of the Miyagi, slapping his hands together and rubbing them. And also kind of later, it's almost like an allegory for drug use because he abuses it.
All right, he's like, oh yeah, I'll just get hurt and then just heal real quick.
He's 59.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say he had to be up near that because my dad was born in 54, so.
Letting people know in the chat, we are an hour and 16 minutes into the film. This part was kind of sad. He's like, you make me whole. Without you, I'm empty.
Empty without you.
Empty without you, right.
And this is why he got nominated for a fucking Oscar, folks.
Hell yeah. God, the look.
Oh my gosh. Watching?
Yeah. The look Terry was giving him with his leg.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. Like,
yeah, he's like, all right, you might feel a little pressure.
That kata crap. That kata wins.
the part I'm watching is very Joker-esque.
Oh yeah, you're a little bit ahead of us because I can hear you now.
He just stroked the bag. He just stroked the bag before he punched it.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
He's like, "Oh, you're gonna punch this," but no.
Yeah, you're just ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pause it a bit.
Hashtag Silver is gonna be Joker or some shit. Like he's
Terry Silver is Joker.
He needs to be. This is
Yeah,
all I'm thinking about. So he's training Batman right now. You don't even know. It's like you can make a whole different story with this. Oh my god.
And this
Batman has to sound just like how he does right here, how Daniel does here, or in Cobra Kai. That's normal.
Crane crap.
Crane crap. I'm glad he made fun of it like I do.
I told you like the third one.
Me in the face with that shit. That's kid stuff.
All right, he just flipped around the thing with the bad boy on it on mine, just so you know, Julie.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So we're getting close.
You're exactly at the same time I am. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
I'll have to pause.
He's doing some. Yeah, that's fine. He's doing dramatic action right here. He's like,
here you go. Here he is. Here he's peering behind. Here's what Julie.
Like,
he's the villain.
He's doing the acting. He's like, I'm just gonna leave him alone, and then he's gonna
peer at him behind the wall.
Imagine him being a school teacher.
You just hit it now for the second time, so that helps.
Yep.
Gosh, I wouldn't want him being a teacher in a school, like.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna get you, man. God damn it! His vein on his forehead. Holy crap!
Do you know what I've just noticed, guys? I'm the only woman on this stream. Yeah.
Teresa had to cancel, and Hey Viv is so busy and popular that she can't. Not skin. No, she.
Chat though. She could probably at least pop on. I could send her the thing. I should just so she can pop on if she wants.
Okie dokie. Yeah, we're about more than half. Yeah, we're getting close to the last chunk of time here. Anyway, might as well have some more.
I know she hasn't seen it in a while, but she likes Karate Kids. So.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I'm gonna have to write an article now saying that, like, I mean, I had to do a stream with two men, and like, I'm a strong, powerful woman, and like the rookie critic asked me on, and it just seemed so agenda driven.
I just used you as a prop so I can get virtue signal points.
Yep. Yeah.
It would be worse if it was Karate Kid 4.
Yeah.
Really accusing you.
For the first time, I think I'm gonna try to watch that like this weekend, like right away, and then be ready for next Friday, so we can just do it right away. I don't know when you can see it, Julie, but I'm gonna try to see it pronto so I can
I'm just trying not to build it up too much for you. I'm trying
no. See, you're building it up, and the way you don't think, the way you've told me about it just seems ridiculous and seems silly, and I'm waiting for it. I'm ready.
Well, you're probably going to end up being like, it wasn't as weird as I thought it was going to be. That's probably what you're going to
no. I expect that it won't be. I'm expecting. I've seen so much worse, and from what I've seen here, there's always heart in it. Enough.
Well, like I said, you got to remember, it does not really deviate from what anything, I mean, it's still a Karate Kid movie. That part doesn't change.
Yeah. God, his emotions. I hate seeing Miyagi with his emotions like that. He's like, man, I don't want him to go down the path and be bad. And poor Miyagi.
But here's the thing, though. We still see that Miyagi's still underneath because he's doing the kata, even though, Silver, says it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Guys, we were that busy talking, I forgot to unpause it there a minute ago. Whereabouts are you?
Oh, we're in the second lesson now. You'll probably actually catch up with us sooner than later.
Yeah. Daniel's reading a book.
Yeah, you're a bit behind us now.
But... a little bit behind us, but yeah, it's all good.
And Mr. Miyagi's walked in.
Like
how he keeps on punching the bag and then just goes, no, you're going to punch the board.
Yeah. Well, this is where, not too many spoilers, but it comes up in one of the trailers, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. This is obviously what Daniel's referring to when he said he was a member of Cobra Kai for a while.
Okay. Well, trained by somebody who was in Cobra Kai. But
in the dojo, he's in the uniform, he's being trained by
people worded it. The way people worded it, I thought they were like, he's going to be side by side with Johnny. And and be learning together, learning to fight together, and I'm like, what?
That might come about eventually, but
oh my god, I
like how they're doing it. I don't want to give it away because it's so good. I am
getting excited for Cobra Kai now. Before I wasn't interested, but after
Cobra Kai is just amazing.
Cobra Kai is better than this. Cobra Kai is better than this.
There she is.
Hello.
Oh, but we were just talking about how good this movie actually really is.
Oh, I know. I forgot how good it was. I forgot I watched it.
This is good. See, we missed the part where he's about to lick his hand.
This is actually, I probably messed it up. That the start of the Terry Silver thing is probably the second act. This is probably the start of the third act here, where they go to the dance.
See, that's why I called it. I think this one has like 4 acts because
does kind of
followed the format of
because of that intro.
And now then we're on the last stretch now toward the end, and that's just kind of the finale. Kind of like some movies have that, where like in Star Wars, there's the 3 acts and then the final, and then that's kind of what happens here.
That's a good
point. The 4-act one happens a lot. So we already went through the breakdown part, and then the closing out third act, kind of wrapping things up, and then getting ready for the final showdown.
I never really thought of that. Star Wars does have kind of like 4 acts. It is almost like a TV series. So maybe that's why you're saying like throughout this, you're like, oh, I could see this as a TV series every week, because it is kind of almost like that TV series structure. Maybe that's why it worked so well when they transferred it better to Cobra Kai than it did here in this film to most people.
That's what I'm feeling.
Could be. I mean, people don't really think about those things when they're watching movies, but it does affect how you watch a movie. It's just like when you listen to a song.
Yeah.
And if you listen to an alternate version or something that doesn't have something you want to hear, it like bugs the hell out of you and you don't know why. It's because your brain wants to complete it. It's the same kind of thing when you're getting told a story. You want that 3x structure because you're used to it being that way. And when something's not quite that way, it messes with your brain. And it's like, no, this does not feel right. Sometimes it works out okay and it works well for the movie. Sometimes it's detrimental. It's just one of those things. I'm getting into way waxing intellectual about movies now. So.
No, you're good.
Well, I wish more people would do that, though, because look at the crap we have to sit through sometimes.
Well, I said almost the same goddamn thing earlier, though. I was like, yeah, that's the problem. They did foreshadowing. They don't do that anymore like they did here, where they foreshadowed that, she's a rock climber. She knows how to do this shit. So Daniel uses that to get to the, to the bonsai tree. So it's like, this whole thing is set up. And same thing with his little plan, even though it's very Bond villain-esque. Mm-hmm. It works, and it gives the villains much more motivation than I think people give them credit for, too. Like I said, they're not just one-dimensional villains either. And, the same thing was given Jessica not making her the girlfriend. gave her another, dimension that you don't normally see in these kind of movies. She's still there, but she's in the friend role, not the girlfriend role.
Well, and in this, like just now, we just got the part where he punched that guy in the face, and he immediately realized how, like, I shouldn't do that. That's not what I know. He's feeling all the regret now, so that's why I feel like this is they already went through the 3 acts, and now it's the final, like leading up to the final showdown now, basically.
Yeah, this last part is pretty much here, but that's the thing. It does have this weird kind of 4-act structure. You're right. I just realized you're totally correct about that. But it works for the movie, though, because here Daniel, like you said, he's gotten to a point where Terry got under his skin. Terry got to his head. He's winning. He's doing exactly what he planned on doing. And that is making Daniel aggressive, making him right back to where he started from, only worse.
Yeah. Mecca, did you hear what I said about how Silver should be the Joker?
Yeah, I think I heard a little bit of that.
Like,
I've been kind of in and out for the stream here.
If you could see this guy's face right now, like the way he's been this whole movie, he's just like smirking at every corner. He looks kind of like Steven Seagal, but like fit, and it's just like yeah, like he's got this evil thing, and he would be a good Joker. I feel like just presence without even speaking. Like, oh my god, just a giggle would be like, oh dude, stay away.
Yeah, probably. Well, he was so creepy too because he had like the ponytail and
trying to go for Steven Seagal.
I know.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Like I was saying, I don't know if you caught that, Mecca. I don't know much about this one because they never really. This was, of course.
Yeah, it didn't have the commentaries and it didn't.
They don't have nothing for it, so I was just kind of picking shit out of the trivia on IMDb, and I found out some stuff today I never really knew. But other than that, there's really not much to go on, so that's the shitty part. But yeah.
Well, I remember hearing like in some of the promotional stuff for Cobra Kai that Ralph Macchio didn't even remember he was in Cobra Kai for a little bit because he was looking through the script and he's like, "What?
Oh yeah. I seen that interview. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was in that one scene in part 3. I forgot."
Well, it's less iconic than the others, I think.
That's funny.
Well, and that's what I said though in the beginning on the outset. Though this is the seeds. Even though this didn't do well in theaters, and we were kind of talking about that the whole movie, but it's like this was what set Cobra Kai up, and so much of what's in Cobra Kai sprouts from this film. Everything but the Johnny stuff, basically, and even some of the Johnny stuff. And I know it will cross over and affect Johnny. It has affected Johnny because he's already found out that Kreese has already faked his death a couple times now. Shit like that, and he's not even well aware of, I think, a lot of the shit that went down in this movie because he finds out about it in the first season, some of it, and there's other stuff that he still doesn't know. Like I said, so I mean, there's even things that, not to get into spoilers, that I know that they've gotten still in their pocket to pull out in this next season that is going to be amazing when they do it, because they've managed to subvert my expectations in a good way in the second season. It was like,
oh yeah,
I couldn't believe how good it was.
Hey Julie, have you met Mecca?
Hello.
Hello, hiya.
I'm Mecca. I'm nobody.
Hiya,
Don't worry
hiya.
about me. I know I've seen you around Twitter, so yeah, the first time I think on stream together.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yep, Mecca ran in 42 and wished upon a vlog. There you go.
I feel I don't feel like numbered now because I was like the only woman for a while there.
Yeah, we had to bring on some women representation. That's why Tom he did the call to get it.
Yeah. Well, don't. So yeah, I kind of am an honorary one of the guys. I think I'm an honorary dude sometimes. It's like ask Tom. He can say anything around me, and I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I got to remind myself that I'm on like a PG-rated kind of thing right now, even though I blew it.
I'm not monetized quite yet. I'm getting there. Getting close.
Has Mecca heard your Mr. Miyagi yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, many times.
She's probably annoyed of it by now.
Mecha-san.
Oh no. Yeah, if you guys don't know, like I've been on with Tom's been nice enough to bring me on Minutes Edge After Dark for like the past year now.
Almost, yeah, or at least a year almost, yeah.
Yeah, so
you're part of the crew now. It is what it is. You're like our Robin. That's what we always say. If you know, like not Batman and Robin, but it can work that way too. But
you're the Black Widow.
She is our Robin, as in the Howard Stern show. Like Rob and I are both Howard Stern, and she's our Robin. So
who's Howard Stern? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I would hope you know who Howard Stern is, for Pete's sake.
I know. I'm kidding.
Geoff, we got to get you out more, buddy.
And I'm watching Karate Kid 3.
I know.
We're getting there.
No, don't feel bad. I haven't seen anything hardly. I've seen like 5 movies from the 80s and they're all Karate Kid.
You know what's bad is I just realized I've got 2 Netflix movies that I've had sitting here for over a month that I just paid for another month of Netflix for where they said the discs to your home, and I still haven't watched them. I could have bought them.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to get them watched.
For people in the chat, we're at an hour and a half into the film, closing out the last 20 minutes, it looks like, and we're at the part where Daniel-san is
Facing Terry.
Facing the Joker, as I'm calling him, and
Joker.
About to have that little showdown with Miyagi, and the Cobra Kai pretty much beats Cobra Kai by himself.
Why so serious, Daniel?
Yeah, seriously, if he just did, like, no, just his perfect line. He's like, "You're gonna do the tournament." Yes, you are. Daniel.
You've been doing everything I've said since the moment you walked in that door.
And then when Kreese, the other Johnny, pops out and goes, and it's like, oh my god, he's like his henchman. Like,
isn't it? Is this just so perfect? And then Miyagi comes in. And
then he gets the bad boy karate student, and then he's like, bring him back here. And yes, sir. It's like, oh my god, this is total.
Miyagi throws him in the door.
Oh my god, this guy needs to be the Joker. This is fun.
See, okay, did you guys ever talk about how I think this is the same house that he had like when he's in the hot tub and you kind of go to his house? I think they used that house in House on Haunted Hill back in the 60s.
I'd have to check. It's very plausible.
I'm like 70 or 80% sure. I'd have to look it up, but it's just I remember seeing that house somewhere.
If it's a real house, that's very likely.
Mm-hmm. I think it is a real house. I think it's one of those that they just kind of film in around Hollywood and stuff.
Yeah,
because it's one of those super iconic ones, right?
Right. And for everybody out there, Kreese just jumped out for those who need to sync up.
Yeah, he did his, we're evil, and then he's doing his evil plan. We've done this from the very beginning. We know everything about you.
Do the crane, Danny boy.
Kreese is so good, though. He's such a good bad guy.
He's my favorite part of this movie.
Or is he a good guy, though? That's the thing. Is he really just like a good guy?
Hold on, Kreese. I'm sorry, I meant Silver.
Silver's good too. Silver's good too.
Kreese, he's hardly in this one, but
yeah, that's true.
Silver is my favorite part of this film. He is just so ridiculous.
And he's still a big focal point, though.
And Miyagi comes in, and he's just like, he is just always. He's this old man walks in. He looks like he's never like gonna be on guard. He's just like, "Yep, come at me, and I got you."
Mm-hmm.
Choreography is strong.
I'm sorry, I would not fuck with a guy who's like kind of going in and being like, I am an old man and I am going to mess you up. And I have the confidence and the balls to do it, right?
Who would ever want to see Miyagi get punched in the face? Nobody. Who would want to see him get one? Nobody would.
No.
Well, in defense of anybody who wants to marry Sue, Mr. Miyagi, like you were bringing up earlier, Geoff.
Yeah.
The whole character's point, the whole reason his name is Miyagi is he's supposed to be a descendant of the man who originally created karate. That's why he's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did not.
He's in the bloodline. Yes.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Well, the guy who made Karate's named Miyagi. I can't remember the first name, but yeah.
He's doing the
Yeah, I love that. Here's like the body double. There was the body double.
Okay, I saw that a little more now. Okay, that makes sense.
Something like his family brought it over from China or something?
Yes. Well, I think that the story that Miyagi tells is kind of loosely based on like some kind of old tale.
Does that mean on another watching of Karate Kid 1 and 2, you have to pay more attention to the story?
Well, he says that his ancestor fell asleep fishing and woke up off the coast of China, come home with a Chinese wife and children and the art of karate.
He bows after the paint's on and he goes, whoa. He always mocks. He mocks his enemies.
So funny.
You're dead, old man. You're dead. Yeah.
We'll have Mary and
Miyagi just walks away.
Go ahead.
We'll have Mary in the chat.
Yeah, we can bring Mary in if she wants to come in.
Yeah,
Hi, Mary.
She's setting up for her stream tonight.
Yeah, I didn't know if she was.
Oh, yeah.
Busy or not right now.
I'll send her the link, though.
Otherwise, we would have had her on earlier.
She wants to pop in.
Keep bringing the women in.
There you go. We got no issues with that.
See, now the men are gonna be the minority. Now we'll be oppressed, and now we can pull out our men card and say, that we get privileges now.
It's all right. I'm still kind of a token dude, or honorary dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now they do the quick montage at the end here of them training.
Mary saying, I can pop in and say hi for a sec.
All right, yeah, if she wants to. Totally free.
Teresa's on as well. Teresa Martin, hello, graduation over.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, she had to go to a graduation party.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the movie. Well,
Yep.
if we would have known that, we could have probably held it off a little bit, because she's like me. She has a lot of info on Karate Kid.
Oh, that's true. She'll be able to give more, I assume, on number 4. Come in. She could give us her thoughts on number 3 before we start that one also.
See, this is one of those things about Karate Kid that it was never like a guy's thing or a girl's thing. It was just an everybody thing. It was one of those movies that like everybody could watch.
Yeah.
Seemed to be kind of his lessons, right? He's just like, it's for people, it's inside, it's whatever. Like, it's just, he never made it specific. It was,
and I like how they kind of attribute, not to interrupt, but I like how they attribute the regrowth, mind you. The bonsai tree is a allegory for Daniel in this movie. He's broken, but he's not dead. He's not done. And his regrowth is the same time as Miyagi's teaching him, getting him back into shape. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that was a good point to bring up. That was a good point to bring up. I missed that on my first watch, which I just watched this like literally right before we jumped on here, Mecca. Like I just finished it, and that's why we started late.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I'm like, I need to see it first, and I was filming my stuff for my skit, and then I was like, oh, crap, I still didn't watch this yet. God dang it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my voices for that like right after this.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in years.
There's the Mayor Bear.
The Mistress of Mayhem, the woman with the golden voice. What's up?
Aw, you're so sweet to me. Thank you.
I'm quoting Jim Cock from now on with when he dubs people something. I'm going to try to quote him.
I mean, I'll take it. But I think we're forgetting who else can sing. Mecca can sing too, man.
And Julie right here. All you girls can sing, honestly.
Really? I've never.
Well, if Julie's can sing, that means she's got to join us for a karaoke sometime.
A karaoke?
If she wants to, that'd be late for her. Though. That'd be like 2 a.m. for her, I think.
Yeah, I think that's like an incredibly late hour for her. Like we tried to get her on a while ago on my channel, and we turned up because I streamed so late. It was just not good timing for her.
But yeah, so Mary, if you watched the Karate Kid ones at all?
Yeah, of course. And I love Cobra Kai, of course. But it has been years since I've seen the third one. I mean, probably 15 years since I've seen it.
Okay.
Years.
Do you remember liking it or not liking it?
I remember liking it fine.
That pitch in your voice says otherwise. I remember liking it.
I mean, it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, this is my third. Like, this is number 3 so far out of the 3. I would say, like in rank. I'd give the other 2 a 9 or 10, like pretty much 10s. But one I just give a slight edge to, just for being the first one, and then second one, and then this one I'd say it's like a 6 or 7.
Yeah,
good, but not as good.
I remember it being fine. I wasn't like overwhelmed by it or anything, but it didn't make a deep impression on me. So.
Yeah. Makes sense. If you heard Tom's commentary on all this, it explains that quite a bit. Yeah, and again,
I did my best.
Yeah, and again in this one, I didn't really care about this tournament either.
Well, because you get to this point, and he's gonna win.
Well,
he's not gonna win.
Yeah, well, that would be funny if they built it up to where he doesn't win. But they made the bad guys so evil that, of course, the good guy is gonna win, the underdog. Let's pass out the T-shirts. We're going to spread Cobra Kai everywhere. And then it's like, no. That's funny. And I apologize, chat. I've not interacted with you guys in the chat for a bit because I don't have my phone at the moment. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Julie, where are you at right now in the watch?
I'm at the tournament, and he's Daniel's standing beside me, I guess.
Yeah, but we're having I was going to call him Caesar for a sec. I mean, Silver is giving a speech. Yeah, walking around. I'm gonna make things with honesty, fairness, and whatever. And he's like, yeah, no.
Well, now that I know Snake is his son, they got to bring Snake back too. They can't just bring back Mike Barnes, Terry Silver. They got to bring Snake back too.
Who names their kid Snake?
Well, that's his nickname, but
Okay, that's what I had to say. That'd be kind of funny. You were Snake Silver, and
yeah, I did not know that. That is so fucking weird.
your sister's gonna be Cheetah Silver, and then yeah, you name all the kids animals, sure.
Well, and it's not like he calls him dad or anything in the movie either, but
Yeah.
love that red ass Scott. He
Fabulous.
is so super villain. I love it. Where's
know.
Rob when he need him? He'd be like giving us the commentary on how he's the quintessential Bond villain.
Well, that's what I've been saying this whole time. He's so perfect. It's so silly. If he's not gonna ever be like in a live action movie like in his career, he needs to at least voice act like a cartoon or something. Look at his eyes, holy shit.
Well, like I said, it looked like they tried making him a thing in the early 90s and it just didn't happen.
He could have been one of the most popular like villains in movies, I swear.
Obviously, he probably was looked at as the dime store Steven Seagal, I'm sure, at the time.
The Goodwill version or something.
Yeah, I mean,
No, they're allowed at the main stores, the JCPenney. Let's go to Goodwill. Okay. Makes sense.
What is cool here, though, is they get the exact same announcer back from the first movie. And, like, all the same refs and stuff. Because also the one ref, the one in the middle there on the right, he actually is the choreographer for all three of these movies. And the first two Teenage Mutant... And maybe all three of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At least the first two, I know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this fight goes on, like, longer than I think it needs.
Yeah, that mustached guy, that's the guy you got to blame for the crane kick.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. I remember. Yeah, Mecca and Mary, I destroyed the crane kick.
Well, I had to explain that that's not initially what it was intended to be.
Yeah, he gave it some context, but in the context of the film, the way they say what it is and what they show it do, it doesn't really match up with the intent. Are you at where they're about to fight, Julie?
Yeah.
Are you Julie, Tom? No, it's okay.
I didn't. I answered before you said Julie. That was my fault.
I know.
I said, wow. And he's like, fuck you.
Tom's secret ambition to be a lady.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know? I'm not gay or nothing, but
Just to tell them. Oh, sorry.
You could be a lady and not gay.
on nights like this.
See, I kind of think this would have been better if he fought more people in the tournament, I guess. But he just kind of comes off.
Well, that was how they got around making the movie no more than 2 hours long.
Yeah. He kicks him in the balls. Oh, God damn. Mary knows how that feels.
It gave him a little extra motivation because, you know, he doesn't have to fight all those people then.
Yeah, true. But I mean, coming into a battle for the championship cold just kind of seems like less than.
I think it's more convenience just for the story than anything. Like
Well,
I said,
yeah, I think rush time, because then they'd be going over 2 hours. At first, when I saw his insignia on the back, I thought that was a tomato, but that's a sun.
You're obsessed with tomatoes.
No, because when you do stop motion with tomatoes, you're looking at them all day, and you put swords on them.
If they ever make a Return of the Killer Tomatoes or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes remake, they need to get you involved, obviously.
Except for it'd be the humans kill them this time. That'd be my version.
I'm like the hugest Killer Tomato fan.
I love Attack of the Killer
I do
Tomatoes.
too. I have the soundtrack.
I need to see that. I'm gonna do that as a watch
That's one I
party.
don't have.
I have not seen that, and with all my tomato skits, I think I owe people a watch party for it.
Yes. Well, you do understand that it's like a parody musical kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
I have no idea of anything
It's
about it
an
other than
absurd
I
comedy.
I
It's
saw
one of my
one.
favorite movies. That's my kind of genre, right?
I think I saw the opening clip where they like have a tomato dancing in the drain or something, and it's like just playing music.
No, it's reverse
like,
photography to make it look like it's coming after.
Yeah, and it's like this looks so ridiculous. Like playing music to make it seem like, oh no, it was just like this movie where there's like giant bunnies that are like killing people. And that's what it made me think of. I'm just like, well,
Oh yeah,
about-
it was
okay.
made on on literally like
Or
shoestring.
there's one where there's a tire that kills people. Have you not heard of that one? Like the tire that kills everyone? It, like,
There's also a deathbed, the bed that kills people.
it like,
Yeah.
it, like has
Oh,
mind
is it
powers that can
rubber?
blow your head off.
I think it's called Rubber.
Yeah, rubber. Yes, I think that's it. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. The thing that like rolls around and like psychonetically like.
Yeah,
kills
it like drinks water, but it doesn't drink any water, and it like rolls around and it's like it befriends a kid kinda, and then it's like it's so stupid. It's so stupid, but it's so funny.
I mean, not much can be more stupid than Deep in the Valley, though.
Yeah, but that's great, stupid. No, that's great.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying it's the best kind of stupid.
Yes. That what's funny is that my reviews on movies that people know, like Alita and stuff, have like 50 views or less, and then my ones that nobody's ever heard of, like Blood Angels, Alien Planet, Deep in the Valley, those have like almost 200.
Well,
Which is
that's
great.
because
love
people love those shitty movies. Like before I got on to doing some of the stuff I'm doing now in Midnight's Edge and all that stuff, a buddy of mine before, that's all we used to do was watch like crappy movies and just comment on them while we were watching them.
It's what's funny though is that like I wouldn't say they're total crap, but they have such corniness that it's like all like a mix of good. Like
well,
like,
you have to find
good
movies
skill,
that like, well, see, Killer Tomatoes doesn't really count because they were trying to make a bad movie. That one was like on purpose.
I
But
want
now
them-
you're talking about movies where people were actually trying.
yeah,
And there was they weren't trying to make a bad movie. They were trying to make a good movie, and it just turns out really, really shitty or bad. Those are the movies you got to find.
Like The Room.
Right.
Exactly.
yeah. I love this part. He's like, your master's nothing. You're shit. Your karate shit. You're just a piece of shit. He said shit like 5 or 6 times.
Yes.
Yelling at him.
Your
Right
karate's
here.
a joke. Your teachers were shit. He's nothing. You're nothing. I own you.
Why did I feel overcome with the urge to say you know nothing, Jon Snow, just there? Because doesn't he
Start doing the kata.
Where are you at, Julie? Are you at where they're about to do the final round?
Yeah, I'm at where he's shouting at him.
Yep.
Yep, you're in the same spot.
Yep.
Here.
Pretty much. We're at where they're bowing for the final one.
He's just doing the kata.
See, I thought they were going to do a longer, drawn-out fight right here for a sec. Like they were going
Well,
to.
I like how they did do this fight where he's like, I want you to gain a point and then lose a point. Just keep torturing him.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
too.
Get the point.
I like how he's like doing his.
Mike's like, what the
kata.
fuck is he doing?
Yeah, he's like, this don't make no
hallucinating.
sense. This don't make no sense.
And he comes in for the kill. Miyagi's like, thank God we can go home now. Burger King might still be open.
I thought he was going to say, the fish is still on the table. We never ate
I
it.
want a
remember?"
Whopper.
Yes, but you want the upside down Whopper. Have you seen that? They have the new
No.
upside down Whopper
No, I haven't.
because Stranger Things.
Oh,
I'll
Jesus.
send you an article.
You know, if we did that, we used to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
There's seriously nothing more entertaining to me than when Tom busts out his Miyagi voice.
I know, right?
It is really good. Yeah, so that was Karate Kid 3, everybody. I know that for part of it we weren't talking about it. but,
Miyagi's review of Karate Kid 3. Not as good as a Karate Kid 1 or 2, but it's still a good. It's a good
I
family
agree.
movie.
I've already pretty much said my verdict. I still like this one. It's just, yeah, comparing it to the other two, it is beneath them, but it's not like in the shitter. I'm like, again, I'm really looking forward to number 4 to see if that's better than 3 or worse than 3 or in a different way.
It's worse.
The next Karate Kid is garbage.
I want to see this garbage. It sounds like I don't know. I just need to see it.
I am one of its defenders, but I do say the movie falls apart in the third act.
Yeah. I'm going to say hello to the chat real quick. I just pulled it up on another
Yeah.
tab. Hey there, Mega Jetty. It's all good. Stand up for Star
Teresa's in the
Wars.
chat, but she's not on here talking Karate Kid with us.
Talking shit.
Yeah, because I got to wrap up soon. I got to go help out with some stuff and be ready for the stream tonight with
I
Mary.
missed my Karate Kid buddy.
I know. But yeah, so what do you guys... Okay, so let's start with Julie. You know, I guess you're going to wrap up your opinions on Karate Kid 3 and then, you know, how that compares to the other two.
Yeah, I actually do like a third one. Like, I'm not like, wow, that was absolutely outstanding, but I do think it's a really fantastic film. But, you know, it's not as good as the first two, and I'm kind of with you, Geoff. You know, I would probably say the first one would be my favorite, even though the second one was such an amazing movie. It's just slightly better than the second one. But I'm interested in seeing this next one because as I say, I haven't seen it, but I've seen the Karate Kid with Will Smith's son in it.
Oh yeah, we did that one too at some point. I saw that one a long time ago, and like I said, I liked it. That was the first one I saw of Karate Kid, which I liked it, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it a lot, but I did like some parts of it. Some of it just seemed, like I said, when he heals the kid in the tournament, that looked so weird. What he was doing with the fire. I don't know if I'll
be able to hang out with that one or not.
He like has light bulbs on him, and then he like lights fire, and then he's just like doing a rubby dance, and is like, "What the hell is this?"
Tom's mad. He's like, "No, I'm not doing a watch party for that."
I don't know. I'm conflicted. I have not watched it since it came out.
Mecca, strap him to the chair, and we're gonna make him watch this with us. So.
The only way I'll do that is, well, see, I've already seen it, so that's not fair. Yeah. I was gonna force Mecca to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. I keep trying to find a way. I'm gonna have to pay her to watch it, but
I'll get her to watch it. Send it to me or something.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do, just so she knows my pain.
I don't want to suffer through the Nightmare on Elm Street.
So how would you compare this to the other two? How would you rate?
Well, I've already kind of said how I felt, so I'm not going to waste too much time. Like I said, it's good. We've said earlier, it was like, okay, if the first two movies are a 9 or a 10, this is on that 8 or 7 level. To me, it's a great movie. As far as a trilogy goes, it's a nice capper to the Daniel trilogy, and then we just get into what's after this. It gets darker before it gets lighter. That's all I'm going to say. But I will say, don't forget tonight on Mary's channel, she's celebrating 1K subscribers.
Yeah, Mary. Speaking of which, Mary, do you want to give that your shout out?
Sure. Yeah. Well, first of all, before I say that, I want to say congratulations, Rookie Critic, on getting 1,000 subscribers yourself. Hey, man, let's get you monetized.
Yeah, you guys are like brother and sisters. It's weird.
Hell yeah, we're climbing together, man.
Well, and we rise together and we fall together, and that's how this goes. And this is a wonderful community. So, guys, I will say this in the chat. Go stick Rookie's live stream playlist on. Give him a tab and let it run, guys. Let's get this guy monetized. He deserves it. He should be there already. And the fact that he's not is a travesty. So open up a tab and leave Rookie running, man. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Check out his skits. They're hilarious.
Yes.
Why, thank you, Mary. Everybody on this panel is actually going to be cameoing in my skit trilogy in different ways, but mind you, everybody has a different type of role they're playing, so it's not all the same type of thing. So
can we tell them what I am? Can we tell them what I'm going to be?
Yeah, because that character isn't. You're actually playing a character for most of your cameo. You have other cameos too, but your main one. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm going to be Rita Repulsa.
You're gonna be Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers.
Yes, and to be honest, I gotta start fiddling with that voice because I've never really said anything more than
for 10,000 years. I'm free. Time to conquer Earth.
I gotta fiddle with that voice and make sure I can do it.
Yes, perfect.
You cannot do it, Mary-san.
Geoff, we need to get Mary doing a cameo of Cameron Diaz because her voice literally sounds just like Cameron Diaz.
I swear I gotta go back and watch some more Cameron Diaz stuff. I don't know, man. I've never paid enough attention to her to know.
Now that you say it, I kind of hear it, but I never noticed before.
She does kind of talk like it. And when you said, I don't know, man, that sounds like her. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're Cameron Diaz now, Mary.
No!
Mary, you're so memeable now. Oh my God.
Lord, with the panda suit.
Yeah, another spawn on one of my streams.
I do hear it though now that she's.
I'm not joking. Go and type in on YouTube Cameron Diaz and then go back and listen to Mary's voice. I'm telling you, it's literally like listening to Cameron Diaz.
She talks like her when you said man. Like she says man all the time. Like I don't know, man.
Except she doesn't do the annoying laugh because Cameron Diaz has
Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley Ipkiss.
Yep.
Of the mask.
Yeah, but see, she doesn't have the annoying laugh because Cameron Diaz for me has the same kind of as annoying as Seth Rogen's laugh.
Let's have a petition for Mary, Mecca, and Julie to be the new Charlie's Angels.
Oh, God.
Okay.
No, you're not getting me in a cat suit.
Can I be Bosley?
I want to be Bosley.
You can be the guy you can be that butler that's with them. I'll be Bosley. No. Wait, no. Who's the guy? Charlie? Wait, what the fuck? I don't even know the lore.
Charlie is the guy in the box.
Mhm.
He's the Charlie. Okay, he's the boss.
Bosley is the guy that hangs around him.
Yeah, you could be the butler. That's fine. Yeah,
Angels. So it'd be Rookie's Angels.
the Rookie's Angels. Yep.
But I'm not
coming next fall.
We have no blondes here.
That's the point.
We don't need any.
New. It's new and everything.
It's more diverse.
It's got the stats behind it.
Whammon power. Where's my whammon card?
They are rebooting it, and it's going to be woke, and it's going to be terrible. It's got Kristen Stewart, and
Wait, they're still doing. They didn't cancel that.
I don't think they canceled it yet.
Like, are they still making the Buffy one too? Like, I thought
No, the Buffy got canceled.
those all sounded like, "Hey, look, aren't these great ideas?" Everybody's like, "No." Oh, fuck. And they quit.
No, Buffy got canceled. I think Charlie's Angels didn't, because I think they actually started filming.
If only. But yeah, Julie, just since you actually are on now with the people that sing all the time and stuff, yeah, they do shenanigan streams and they do karaoke night, kind of karaoke. And
Well,
sing
you
all
have
the
to
time.
explain what shenanigans is. Karaoke speaks for itself, but
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't my idea. Just to be fair, like I have to give full credit to Coyle and Morta Coyle. It was his idea to call it karaoke, and I just hijacked it because it was a good idea.
Yeah.
That's good because now it's synonymous with you. So it's not just average karaoke; it's karaoke.
it's
Karaoke.
not extra.
You should do that voice, Geoff, for when it starts.
Which voice? I don't know a lot of voices now.
And you just done.
It's
Karaoke. Yeah.
Coming to you tonight on
Karaoke, but happy.
karaoke. I did quite a bit of accents earlier today. Just want to do a little bit of British.
Throw in Nigel at the end where it goes. This one goes to 11.
This one goes to number 11. Hey, let's give it a round of applause, eh? Yep.
You're really good at that, Geoff.
Audience
I
of
don't think
fish and
Jeff's ever
nuggets.
even seen Spinal Tap. Probably.
Who? What?
This
What's
is
that?
Spinal Tap. That's what that comes from.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, you're missing out, buddy. It's a classic.
I find Rookie and I are frequently in the same boat on having no clue what people are talking about when it comes to
I know. I feel like
You guys are a little behind us. We're the old farts.
See, most amps, they only go to 10. See, here, this one goes to 11, 11, 11, 11. It goes to 11.
Oh wait. I think I've seen a clip of that, and in a scene.
10 one louder and then make 10 the loudest.
I think you guys ever played the game Seen It?
These go to 11.
Yes.
If you've ever played the game Seen It, I think there's a clip in one of the all play things or where they play a clip and everybody has to guess something that's on the screen or whatever that you don't notice. Yeah, I think I saw that. He's like 11, 11, something goes to 11. I didn't know that's what Spinal Tap was, but yeah, okay.
That extra
I've
push.
seen that one clip though.
And we need that extra kick and that extra push.
Extra flip in the
Right,
butter.
to 11. That's right. Well, why don't you just make 10 one louder and make 10 the loudest? These go to 11. You gotta see it, man. See, this one's
That sounds pretty fun.
It's never been played. See, I see it's still got the tag on. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it.
This does sound funny. Oh man.
Oh, it's great. It's the music movie. It's like one of the best things ever, I think. It's one of the best movies ever made.
It can never be played.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty good. We're going to be, most of us are going to be on, later tonight.
Stonehenge that was in danger of being squashed by a dwarf.
It's going to be squished. It's squished. It's squashed.
It's squished.
Now it's Mary Poppins, I guess. I don't know.
We did a Spinal Tap watch party over on Midnight's Edge after dark. Now I'll plug it.
And now we're not drunk, even if we sound like it. We're not. Not yet. That's
No,
right.
I'm just low on sugar. That's why I'm eating a cookie.
Yeah, and I'm on like 3 hours sleep in the past few days. So yeah.
Okay, so,
For like the first time in forever, I'll be sober on a Friday night.
what?
Woo!
What's the fun in that?
I just want to make sure it goes well.
Yeah, that's true. I understand.
All right. Well, yeah, look forward to Mary's stream tonight. She's got 1K subs. Hello, congrats by that. Got a lot of special guests over there. Gonna do some of that. Hell yeah.
And don't forget the giveaway. We're going to be giving away 3 copies of the original trilogy, original theatrical releases, and these are beautiful. These copies are absolutely beautiful. They're in let's see what is it? I think it's 720. I'm sorry, 720K HD, and it's just going. They're beautiful copies, and I am excited to give them away. The original, there's no nonsense on them, no CG, none of that crazy stuff that George Winton did later. Nope, they're gorgeous. The first one, A New Hope, doesn't even say New Hope; it just says Star Wars.
Look at that over there. You're getting lots of fabulous prizes going on with Mary Mayhem. That's the best thing ever, bloody nugget. That's what we got to do. It's that great. Yes, it is. And then
You're too good at it.
I'm sorry, I'm on a roll. I feel so silly. but like I said before, I've crossed the embarrassment threshold a long time ago. I don't care. So yeah, and then so everybody check out Julie from Wished Upon a Vlog as well with what she's doing. She's got great videos always coming out, always trying to help other people in the community with support and whatnot. She has a lovely singing voice as well, mind you, and great knowledge on films. And she is from the Ireland, I was going to say the land of something, but I didn't know it was not Ireland for a sec. I'm like, the land of, if that's Britain, that's not right. I don't know.
From the merry old land of Oz.
I was going to say potatoes and gingers, but that's got it now. Just kidding.
Now you've got to work on doing your Russian voice. Okay?
I got to do research now to have some jokes. So
I might be from that there wee place.
Yeah, over there. Go and get some of that Scotsman.
I'm not from that there. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Talking about Canada? You're from Canada? You from Canada? Nah, it's kidding.
Nah.
Sorry.
I just got to keep my mouth shut because I got to remember I'm not on Midnight's Edge After Dark or shenanigans.
No, until I'm monetized, I don't care. Like, you can say what you want.
No, I just got to be a gentleman too, you know.
Well, I mean, says who? I mean, no.
Our dignity's been gone for a long time.
Well, that's us. That's different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah. So I'll close out the stream now, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. You'll be catching more of us later.
Thanks for having me, Rookie.